As I recall, Halasia is more than likely in the greenhouse reading the world's most boring book. Um, Sarkesh is probably in the basement of the witchery, researching and just generally being Sarkeshian. And Perrin, Vel, and Johan are at the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Oh,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Feel free to proceed, whoever wants to start off with anything they want to do today.
New day or same day?
It's a new day. Unless you
Okay.
have something that you wanted to do at like 9 at night.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and, seeing as it's been like 2 months at this point, I'm gonna shave off my beard and shave my head.
Alright, Johan is now as smooth as a baby's bottom all over his face and head.
Yeah. Outside of that, I'm just gonna go to work and finish out my week.
Okay, I believe
Also,
you have
after
2
work,
more days.
I'm gonna, if I'm allowed to patrol, I'm gonna stick around the Red Lady, kind of like I did yesterday. If not, I'm gonna visit there after work, see if there's anything going on. And that'll be my day.
Alright. Perrin, I take it you're probably just going to go to the hospital and work your normal day shift.
yes, keep my bread
Alright.
in the morning and go to work.
Alright, go ahead and roll medicine to see how your day just generally goes. Alright, not bad. Not amazing, but you do alright. Helping out, learning a couple things, becoming a slightly better person at doing the medicine thing. Hale, as is your norm, I believe you just sit in a greenhouse and read the world's most boring book.
Yep.
Sarkesh, is there anything in particular you're doing today?
I'm gonna go grab a hat from the clothing tailor, just a wide brim hat,
Okay.
because I realized after getting burnt real bad, I have no hair right now.
Yeah. Neither does Johan. He seems to be pretty alright with it.
Yep, but I still have scars and I want to cover up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. That'll probably just be, like maybe 5 copper. Not very much for just a hat.
Okay, I'm gonna then go to. Crap, hang on, I gotta look at the map. I gotta remember where I got the food last time. The fresh produce.
Okay. It should be down by the homestead, as that is where most of the fresh produce is, besides near the city square.
Yeah, I'll head towards the homestead and get some potatoes and any carrots and stuff I can get and make a stew.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to be doing for the first few hours of the day.
Alright, you go around, gather your groceries. We'll say it's like a silver piece to basically get enough to make, like how much of a stew, if you want to feed more than just yourself, it'd be like a silver piece, otherwise like 5 copper.
I'm going to probably spend 5 silver because I want to feed everyone that's actually working at the witchery right now.
Okay. That's fair. So yeah, you go and you buy a ton of groceries, put them in your backpack, head back to the witchery, and then you begin cooking. As you begin cooking, one of the sisters approaches you. You believe that her name was Yuria. She approaches and she just kind of uncaringly just kind of pushes a note at your chest. This was left for you this morning. Here. And she just turns and walks away.
I read the note as I stir the pot.
Alright. It is in your journal if you want, or I can read it aloud. It's up to you.
I don't care if everyone hears.
Okay. Mr. Sarkesh, it has come to my attention that you are a paladin of Payfin, and you are currently working closely with the witchery. It is because of this that I beseech you to help me I believe that the cult which attacked my friend Zana is still working within the city and is kidnapping children. I've sent a request for aid to the witchery, but it seems after the attack on the castle that they are too busy to give the situation the focus it deserves. To the east of the city, at the base of the mountain, is an old noble's home that has long since been abandoned. I believe this is where they are keeping the children. I've seen some strange men walking there, carrying large sacks. Please look into this. If it is what I believe it is, then I think I can help you to find who is behind all of this. If my suspicions are correct, alert the palace and wait word from me. Thank you, brave sir. Signed, Percy.
Okay, I'm gonna finish the stew. It'll take probably an hour or two more.
Mm-hmm.
And eat my meal and people inside that there's a stew ready for them.
Yeah, they're all
Just-
very grateful that you've cooked again.
And then I'm gonna go speak to Lady Rocha.
Okay, yeah. She's busy when you first approach, but after about a minute or two, she's done with her whatever meeting she's in, and she beckons you in. Ah, yes, Sarkesh, what can I do for you?
I understand that we are heavily overworked right now, and I would like to ask if you wouldn't mind me investigating myself or with my friend Johan this. I hand her the note and explain to her this was about the first incident before the castle incident.
Ah, yes. It seemed the day after we got back from that incident in the graveyard that this Percy fellow wrote to us as well. And she kind of gives you a description of where to go. It's the mansion of the House of Vendry, just outside, and she tells you how to get there. If you would like to look into this, feel free. We sent a small scouting party, or a small group, a few nights ago, and were unable to find anything. It just seemed like a derelict mansion. But perhaps you can overturn something in your search.
Thank you. I'd like to at least continue my first investigation.
Yes,
I'm
very
gonna
well.
I'm gonna go and get one of my friends if he's not busy to help me with it.
Very good.
Okay, I'm gonna go to, I believe, the barracks right now and see if Johan is currently working still.
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
I don't think
he's
this
still
week is
working.
up yet.
Yeah, he's still working there, and when you get to the barracks, they tell you that he's been tasked to patrol, and he tends to be patrolling the city center area. So if you want to talk to him, that's where he's going to be at.
All right, I head to the city center and begin my search for Johan.
It's not that difficult to find him. As soon as you get into the center, you look around for maybe a minute or two, and you see him. He stands above pretty much everyone else around, wielding his bow staff, just walking around.
Yeah,
town.
I forgot. He's as tall as I am.
Just about.
Okay, I approach Johan. Johan, good morning.
Good morning, Sarkesh.
I have remember the first investigation we were tasked when we arrived here in town?
By the Lord?
Yes, by the Lord and the Witcher.
Yeah, out of the graveyard, correct?
Yes, it's currently still being looked into. If you have time tonight, can you help when you get off your ship? Can you help me? I have a place of interest I'd like to look over. If you would like to help me.
I have nothing better to do if we're looking into. It was the necromancer, correct?
Correct. I show Johan the note.
I give it a quick once over. Well, I certainly can't say no to that.
All right, I'll see you at the mansion. You get off at 5, correct?
I don't know, do I get off at 5?
You get off just before dusk, so sure.
Well, is that okay? What time does it get dark here?
Well, it actually,
It's almost winter, so it gets
yeah,
dark.
it gets
pretty
dark
early.
at like 4ish, and he works basically like from the morning to almost dusk. So he probably gets off
Okay.
around 4.
I'd say 5. That way he has time to get something to eat.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Johan.
You want me to
see
meet you where?
Uh, crap. Richard, outside of character. I need to type down the name of the mansion.
Oh, okay. Give me like 2
Because
seconds.
that's not in the note, right? That was something when he talked to.
Yeah, that was something Lady Rocha told you.
Yeah.
Bum. It's in chat.
Okay.
Also, I need to mute that.
So I assume you're basically just going to repeat that to me, right?
Yeah, basically.
And where is that?
To the west of the city.
Yeah,
It's not
to the
shown on the
west.
map if that's what
It's-
you
yeah.
want.
Well, Johan is asking him. 'Cause
Okay.
I know it's not
give
shown on
him,
the map.
I give him directions to the house because Lady Rocha gave it to me. I just relay the same directions that Lady Rocha gave me.
Richard, was that your arrow?
Yeah, it's about like basically straight across from the graveyard.
Oh, that's east.
That way. Oh, sorry. Yes, east.
All right. So if Sarkesh relays that to me, isn't that outside of city bounds? Won't we be shot on sight for leaving the city under the Lord's direct order?
Is it near number 23 or where on the
22.
map?
It's across from 22. If you can see where my
Yeah.
arrow is
It's to
pointing.
the east.
Yes.
Is that still considered in the city limits?
Well, it's outside of the wall, but you wouldn't entirely know.
All right, I'm gonna go ask the guard captain if that's still part of the city limits before we do this,
Okay.
because we might be able to get a small guard detail to at least accompany us.
Okay.
Yeah, get back to me on that. If they'll release us, I'll gladly go with.
All right, I'll be back later.
So you head out to find Sir Dorison.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you head back to the main guard barracks. And it doesn't take you very long to find Dorison, as he tends to be in the same areas.
Yelling at recruits.
Pretty much, just continually yelling orders, barking orders at people, and wandering about. He sees you, and you can kind of see him just sigh as you approach.
So Dorison,
Yes?
I have a question for you. Is mansion of Albert Vender, is this mansion on the city limits?
Oh, it's outside of town. It's just to the east, and he points past the graveyard.
All right, sir. I have to ask, would it be against our orders to stay in the town if Johan and I went to investigate the house for the witchery?
He he kind of just thinks. It's mulling over in his head, and you see his brow furrow as he thinks, well, I suppose I can let you go out and investigate for the witchery, but if I don't hear from either of you in the next couple of days, I can't be held responsible for what the Lord does to you.
If it would make you feel better, would a small guard contingent be allowed to go with us? 1 or 2?
I'll let them watch you from the gate. I don't really have the people to spare at the moment.
It's no problem. We should be back within the night.
Very well, just make sure to someone checks in with me.
I'll make sure to do it tonight. Do you go to bed around 9 or 10?
Just wake me. That'll be fine.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. And he goes back to yelling at some other guardsmen about their uniform not being up to scratch and looking quite downtrodden, and in fact, insulting his mother quite relentlessly.
Aren't all the uniforms? I'm saying this in my head. Aren't all the uniforms torn up?
Most of them are still pretty damaged from the castle attack, yes.
He's just in a bad mood. Okay, I'm gonna go to the blacksmith and see if he's finished my sword today.
All right.
I'm also
Um,
checking on the order for Lady Rocha.
Yes, as you enter the blacksmith, Iron Arms, I believe it was, you
Yes.
see the old smith, whose face lights up. Ah! Sarkesh, good to see ya.
How's everything going today?
It's going well. Are you here to pick up the order?
Yes. And I was also wanting to ask you the stat on my sword.
Ah, one moment, and he yells out, "Hey, Penelope, bring the Necronian sword." And the teenaged apprentice, she comes walking in, almost tripping as she enters, because your sword's quite wide, and she kind of smacks against the doorway as she enters, and then just holds it out to you.
I take a feel at the balance and see how it works.
It's slightly unlike most swords that you've practiced with. It's actually quite... It's still well balanced, but it's balanced on the hilt towards the back because of the extra added metal, obviously, for the scythe. But overall, it's still at least as balanced on the handle.
Have you tested the blade on anything yet?
Oh, and he kind of points over, and you can see that there's, like, basically these very kind of small dowels of ash wood that have been cut up at varying different lengths that you can tell that that's probably where he just tests all of his weapons on.
All right. It looks amazing. You do very good work.
Ah, Nia's here.
Yeah.
Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
Just wake up from a nap.
Apparently.
So tired. So yes, he thanks you, and then goes on and kind of like, you know, motions over to the maybe 30 or so swords behind him, and a
Oh,
couple
is that the order?
a couple of pole arms as well. I figured you'd be bringing someone else to take this with you.
If anything, I can go get the wagon and one of my pack horses.
Very well. It's not like it's going anywhere.
All right. Does it have a sheath, or did they just hand me the sword?
No, your sword has a sheath as well.
Okay, is it just a custom sheath to fit it?
Yeah, it's a basically long, hardened leather sheath that fits it.
Okay. Since it's a little more awkward, I'm not going to put it on my hip. I'm going to strap it to my back,
Okay.
and I'm going to hand him his loner sword back and head out to get the pack horses from the stables, or at least one of the pack horses, and see if I can rent a wagon.
Yeah, you can go out and get a wagon. It's only going to cost you a couple copper to borrow a
Okay.
wagon. As I re-screen region everything.
The screen region.
Ah. Hey, on the plus side, he's still screen region because I didn't touch her stuff. So yeah, you go and you get a wagon and bring it back so you can move everything a bit easier.
Okay. I thank him for his time, and I'll see if Lady needs anything else from him.
Very good. Pleasure doing business with you, Sarkesh.
You too. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.
Yes, that would be great if you have any more business for me.
I'm sure I will. All right, I begin leading the horse to the witchery.
Yes, it takes no time and one trip, and you basically unload everything, and the Witchers are all very happy and begin looking over the newly acquired weapons as soon as you get in. You take note that a couple of them do thank you for being very helpful the past couple of days, cooking and running errands. It's very nice of you. As you fall into darkness.
Okay, I'll go tell Lady Rocha that I got the shipment for her shipment of weapons in. I
Okay.
brought them over.
Very good. Oh, thank you, Sarkesh. Is there anything else I can do for you? Do you... Oh, and she kind of looks out the window and sees... how much was the wagon? I'm sorry. You could have asked. We would have sent someone over with you.
No, it's quite all right. I just spent a few copper.
She kind of reaches into a small purse that's on the table and pulls out a few copper, 3 copper from the pouch and hands it over to you.
Tell her she didn't have to. It was perfectly fine by me.
Nonsense. It's witchery. It's a errand on behalf of the witchery. I'd feel bad if I didn't pay my debts.
It's no problem. I'm going to start my investigation around 5. If you don't hear back from me by the morning, can you please send someone to the mansion?
Yes, I'll see what I can do. I'm sure we can get someone. Yes.
Thank you. I have Johan coming with me, but the guard captain told me if we're not back in a few days that it'll be our head from the Lord, so...
Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Well, do be careful.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Lady Rocha. I give her a small bow and head out and check on the stew, see how many people have eaten.
Okay. Well, as you get back, since you've been gone for a couple of hours, the stew's pretty much gone. There's just, like a little bit left at the bottom.
Okay, I'll scrape out what's left into a bowl, and I'll take it to the chapel and offer it to the shrine maiden.
Okay. You're going to the Velka Shrine or Theron Shrine? Or the Temple of Theron?
I think the Temple of Theron.
Okay. The priestess takes it and thanks you graciously for it.
Now I'll head back and clean up my cooking supplies until 5 o'clock.
Alright. Vel, I assume what you were doing all day is just your job, since that's pretty much what everybody's been doing, except for Sarkesh, who got an interesting note.
Yeah.
Alright. 5 o'clock rolls by. Johan, you get off the clock. Sarkesh, you know what time it is, so feel free to do what you want to do.
I'm heading to the town center and waiting for Johan. If he's already there, we can head out.
He's so against this mission that he, in fact, dissolves into reality as it is, and you cannot find him.
Yay, Skype's fighting us.
Veltari feels a small disturbance in the Force, but overall is kind of okay with it. Yeah, way to go, Zach.
Did his internet say no?
Apparently.
Thank you, Skype.
Hi, Zach.
I don't have... What the fuck? Okay. I'm in a second call that's... Okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna end that call.
Okay.
No, I can't. Okay, whatever. I have 2 calls running.
Good. I approve of all of this. Thank you.
5 o'clock, waiting for Johan.
Yep, he's waiting in the city center.
Yeah, no, I caught all that.
Okay.
Just been doing that where I can still hear everything you guys say, but you can't hear me.
Yay.
So, anyways, yeah. I go back to the Octurus Inn. I get a quick meal, just a salad, some tea, and then I'm going to grab most of the stuff from my backpack. Like I'm gonna leave my rations, but I'm grabbing my other gear and taking it to the town center in case I need it.
Okay.
So yeah, and I go to meet Sirkesh.
Alright, you both meet in the town center. A little after 5.
Oh, Johan.
Sirkesh?
Well, I can see pretty well in the dark. Do you need a torch? Because I can still pull one out.
No, I brought some with me.
Alright. Let's start our little trek to the mansion.
You all begin your little walk to the mansion.
Yay.
Which is more than a little walk, but still.
Yes. I mean, it's like a mile, kind of, from where you are. It's not that far, really.
Yeah.
But yes, you walk outside the gates. No one really seems to be paying you kind of that much attention, as Dorison has obviously alerted the guards that you will be leaving. And you walk along the eastern edge of town, up towards the graveyard, and then cut out towards the mountain, and you see nestled in a small valley a 2-story mansion that has fallen into very obvious disrepair. As you make your way past the outer perimeter of the trees, past the old gate that creaks ominously as you open it, you see the full depression that this once noble house has fallen into. Once vast gardens leading into the estate now sit untended and full of overgrown weeds and slick, almost clay-like mud that reeks of a pungent perfume of decay. The manor itself has great cracks in its plaster and some gaps where you can see snowmelt draining into deep brown streams. The windows are boarded, you assume they've been long since shattered, and the grand entry door sits chained closed above the crumbling steps. You do note, since you've come at night, that you can see little flicks of light from within the estate coming through the slats in the board that are covering the windows.
From the upstairs or both upstairs and down?
From where you sit, you can only see them coming from the downstairs. From where you stand, you can only see them coming in through the downstairs on the southern edge of the estate.
Alright, Johan, do you want to take a look around the estate before we head in?
Sure. So, I guess just give me a refresher. What specifically are we investigating here?
A string of children being kidnapped. They believe that the children are being kidnapped by the cult that summoned the undead at the cemetery.
And why is this our lead?
They believe that they said that they've been seeing large men with fairly large sacks entering the house,
I see.
and they would like us to investigate to see if it is the same cult or if it's just coincidence.
Okay. Yeah, let's give the grounds a quick once-over before we head inside.
You both make your way around the grounds. And as I said, it's very much just overgrown. There's a small pathway that leads all the way around the estate, or the main kind of house, out to where you believe there must have been gardens, and there's an old derelict stable sitting on the southern edge of the estate, a few hundred feet out from the house itself. For the most part, all you see are weeds and fallen trees. There's essentially a very kind of like large open meadowy area all around the estate, and then there's kind of like where the fence line is, there's basically trees that have been erected in a line as sort of a privacy fence that extends a bit higher. There's nothing much to see really, except that it very clearly no one is tending to any of this. It's all very overgrown now.
Okay.
Is there any pathways to the stable, or is that just all grown up?
There's still a fairly well-trodden dirt path, or it hasn't been completely overgrown, that you can use to make your way to the stable. As you do, it's essentially a very just broken down wooded building. You can, as you kind of like lean up against one of the posts, it even bends and creaks as you touch it. It seems like it could fall down at any minute. Like, no one's been trying to repair this, and there's nothing in here perhaps besides rats that have lived here for quite a while.
Okay, I'll head back towards Johan in the house.
Okay. You meet up with Johan, who's just been kind of looking over the estate, trying to see if there's anything else. And, Johan, you do note that at the back end of the house, on the eastern end, you can see some light escaping through the slats on the second story window.
Okay.
Do we want to put our torch so if there is anyone inside, they won't notice us?
What was that?
Do we need to put out our torch so anyone else inside won't notice us?
If we put out the torch, Johan can't see. So unless, sorry, I don't know if that was in character or meta.
You can see. Night is technically dim light, not darkness.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's a new moon,
Even
and then
if
it
we're
is.
inside, though.
Well, if you're inside, then it is darkness.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because he's asking if we go in, right?
No, I'm asking just so that if they won't notice us as easily without the torch. Without the torch, sorry.
Yeah, but did we approach with a lit torch?
We did, yes. But if we're going to be looking inside, we don't need extra light pointing out where we're at.
Except that I can't see.
Then look for an entrance, and I'll take a look inside the windows. I will be right back.
Okay.
I head off towards the area we haven't been to yet, and
Okay.
I begin peering into the windows, looking for any source of life or light.
Well, you can't really get a good look into any of the windows. As I said, they're all fairly tightly boarded. You can hear muffled mumbling as you approach them, and you can occasionally see like very just thin streaks into the house. You appear to be looking into a bathroom or a washroom sort of area that's just dusted over. It doesn't really look like it's been touched very much. But you can definitely hear that there are people inside as you do that. Johan, as you look around for other entrances, you note that there appears to be a also chained cellar door on the northern end of the estate. But there only appears to be the one entrance. What you think might have been a door in the back has been completely boarded in and is unpassable.
Okay. Can I make an attempt to break the chains for the cellar doors?
You can.
Okay. How would you like me to do that?
Well, how are you trying to break the chains?
Uh,
Are you just like, "Ah!"
ripping, finding a weak link, using leverage. There we go with my bow, whichever. I don't know how large the chains are, so I don't know.
I mean, they're reasonably, like, they're probably like an inch and a half length of reasonably thick metal. So they're
Okay.
fairly sturdy chains.
Okay, I assume they might be derelict like the house itself. So
They're old
Worn
and they are old and a little rusted, as they've probably been out for a couple winters now. But go ahead and make an athletics check to see if you break through.
Okay.
break on through. You tuck your bow in and you begin to really pry down on a link that seems weaker than the rest. And as you begin to torque, you hear your bow start to creak really loudly and just decide it's best not to keep going at that and stop before you do serious damage.
All right. In that case, I will head back around to find Sarkesh and just notify him of the 2 entrances I found.
Sarkesh is notified.
Okay.
All right. I can definitely tell there are people inside, and I'm making sure that he's not talking loudly. He's whispering.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure there are people inside. I've been hearing voices from within, but it's too hard to see from inside from out here without being very loud. I'd have to open some of the panels to see inside.
Do you want to just head in?
Yes, I'm gonna head back to the cellar door and check the where the chains are connected on the door itself, and see if the door can be broken instead of the chains.
Okay. Yeah, they're just connected on metal handles, essentially, that are riveted to the door. The wood around them seems, fairly well worn as well. If you'd like to try and break it, you can make an athletics check.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, go ahead. All right, you kind of pull back and just drop your chained armor or chained arm down onto it. You can definitely hear a very loud crack as you do, but the door doesn't seem to have broken entirely, and you can't pass.
Hey, Johan.
Hmm.
Are you able to punch apart wood easily?
Boy,
Does
howdy.
cracking your fingers signify yes?
I feel like someone has forgotten that 2 months ago I beat the only maple tree in town to death.
I wasn't there. But now that I know this, can you easily break through this door?
Easily, perhaps not, but I can certainly give it a shot.
Alright, if you'll hit one, is it a double-sided cellar door or a single door?
There are 2 cellar doors. It's a double door.
Alright, if he'll hit one, I'll hit the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of you go ahead and roll athletics. Johan, go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Oh, I'm going in. We both are.
So you both look down at the door, and you both kind of pull your arms back as you're getting ready to slam down. You look at each other and you're trying to keep a little bit quiet, and so Sarkesh, you're like, 3, 2, and then you both bring your arms down very quickly, and the door comes loose immediately from the hinges. It's just torn off, and both of you have the presence of mind to grab at the chains so that the door doesn't fall down the stairs or make any more noise than the single crack to get in. And you're both just there. You catch the door, and there's a small staircase down into pitch black, essentially, under the house.
Okay, whispering to Johan, let's set this to the side and quietly walk inside.
Nice elbow drop, buddy.
Damn right. Yours too.
It was a punch, but thanks.
I wasn't looking, I was making sure not to lose the door.
Fair point. So yeah, and I set the door down, continue holding my torch, and go down to the cellar.
Okay. You walk down into the cellar, and as you do, you can hear a scurrying as you take your last step, and the kind of squelch of water and thin mud seems to have overrun the bottom of the basement. You look out and there's like old casks and stuff lining the basement. It seems like it was probably mostly used for food storage or cold storage of food during the winter months. There seems to be some like rotted vegetation that's down there. And a small staircase leading back up into the manor itself is at the other end, off towards the southern kind of edge of the basement area.
Before we get in, I'm going to put my shield on my arm and prepare for at least a defense, in case there is anyone here that doesn't want us here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and check a couple of casks.
Okay, you open up one of the casks near you, and you can see like dried tannids and stuff just kind of lining the very bottom of it. Whatever alcohol or wine that was in this is long since dried up.
Okay.
Alright, I begin heading up the stairs, and I just motion for Johan to follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. Give me a second.
Crap, there's a dungeon map.
Ba-dum-ba-ba. Let's grab some tokens. Ba-dum-bum. Johan still doesn't have a token.
Yep.
Zach is the worst.
I'll just work on getting on that art skill.
Now I need to find a placeholder image for Johan. So yes, Sarkesh, you come up into the kitchen area. Johan following close behind you. There's a very small hearth fire next to a very old iron oven that is alight. There seem to be stacks of wheats and grains that have been recently put. But the kitchen itself looks very dirty and gruffly used for the most part. There's no one here, but as I said, you can definitely hear that there are people inside the building.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm going to, just in case, still draw my sword. Letting Johan pass, because this is going to take a second.
Okay. Just for the record, if need be, can I use the torch as a club for an improvised weapon?
Can use it as an improvised weapon, yes.
Okay. And I can still use my martial arts with my free hand, correct?
I think. Do you have to use a monk weapon with that, or no? Don't remember.
I will check really quickly if you want to. Because I'm just walking forward at this point. I'm just checking on that.
Yeah.
I'm walking forward regardless, but.
Regardless, you walk forward. Uploading player token for Johan. Perfect. Johan is so big.
That does not look like the face of someone constantly getting flicked in the nuts.
That is exactly the face of someone constantly getting flicked in the nuts.
We should have at least gone with like a monk picture.
Nope. It's been like 11 weeks of us actually playing, and you don't have anything up, so that's the picture you get to go with.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't just draw an acorn.
Yep. Couldn't at least taken the easy way out, but you were too lazy even for that.
Well, I've tried, so...
But yes, you guys both kind of walk. Well, there's the red are doorways that are accessible. So, which way are you guys going?
I'm gonna once over the kitchen, make sure there's not any fresh produce or anything.
Well, I said there's like grains and stuff that have obviously been put there fairly recently.
Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna head through the door shield first, slowly.
There are 3. Pick one.
Oh, okay.
I made a map. Use it.
I head to the one to the left of Sarcastic.
To the left.
You mean the one on the far left?
So this one.
Yeah, far left, that one.
Okay.
Alright, and for the record, Richard, as long as I attack with an unarmed strike, I can attack with another unarmed strike.
Okay. So then you can't use your club as well.
Yeah. So I can, if I just punch things, I can
Yeah.
keep the torch.
Sounds
Also,
good.
I have no control over this token, so...
I know.
Good thing you punch things hard.
Yeah, both of
I'm
you just
letting
use
you know so you aren't...
both of you
wondering why
just
I'm not
use the ruler and point, and I will move everyone's tokens who
Okay.
decides to play.
Yay.
So,
Okay.
Sarkesh, you slowly open up the door, and you find yourself you find the door leading you into a fairly large dining room with a very long wooded table in the center of it. There are fairly nice, like they're still fairly maintained pieces of art adorning the walls. There are pots with dead plant in them, and the table seems to be set for 6 or so places, though it's just, very crass looking pewter mugs and clay dishes.
Okay. I continue forth down the table, making sure to keep an eye out in the shadows from where the torch doesn't go over, and head to the next door.
Okay.
Are you using a torch, or just me?
Just you, I can see in the dark.
Okay, well, no, that's why I was asking. So, okay, so you're directing me so that my light doesn't...
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can see what I see, and I've got my sword and shield out. I can't hold the torch.
All right. You make your way to the next door and you enter. It's a very grand entryway adorned on both sides of the walls. The one you came from and the far wall to you now are filled with cracked statues to the gods and metal vases filled with dead plant. Motes of small dust float gently through the air, and dust stretches along the entire length of the hardwood floor below you. There's a broken piano to your right, towards the back of the room, beneath the 2 staircases leading up. And you can hear faint creaking in the house, and the sound of trickling water from the snowmelt seeping through the roof. You can see the landing of the 2nd floor above you, or you can see a bit of the landing of the 2nd floor above you. There is some large old painting of a ship at sea that sits on the wall, though the painting now looks as though it's been melted and remelted over the years. The door directly across from you is open, and you can see in that it appears to be a small washroom.
You said there's dust all across the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other than where we just walked in, can I see any dust that has been disturbed across the floor?
go ahead and make a survival check. Or I suppose if you're just trying to find out if there is dust that has been disturbed, it'd be perception.
Oh.
If you want to
Well, I
know
guess you-
where it goes, it's that survival roll.
Alright, so you want me to go ahead and re-roll that for perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Okay, it's the same exact roll, so
Nope.
it's just got worse.
Apparently they come in through the second floor, whoever's here, because there's no dust besides the dust you guys have moved that has been moved in possibly centuries. This place looks like a crypt to you.
Thanks, roll 20. I needed that 20 to open a door.
Alright, I'm gonna at least do a small chant to see if there's any dark magic here at all.
Okay, you do, and I believe that uses up your channel divinity or something. Or you can just use it once. I don't remember how that works.
I use it once a day, once per long rest.
Okay. Yes, you do that, and there. I'm just gonna reread that really quick to make sure I know what it does. Because you're using divine sense, right?
Yes.
There is. You don't sense anything with it.
Oh, poopy.
Any object that has been consecrated or desecrated. Yep. No, you don't. You don't sense anything. Using your divine sense, it just seems to be an abandoned house.
Okay, that at least rules out dark magic, in my opinion. I'm gonna explore the room a little more, see if there's any doorways to a cellar or anything. Or not the cellar, but any other doorways that I can't see in.
All right. There is, if you're looking at the map, this door that you haven't been in, and you can probably figure out that that door leads you back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then there are the two staircases.
I'm gonna go in that door. Or just open it and peer in.
All right. I take it, Johan, you're probably following him.
I'm gonna head towards the washroom.
Okay.
Because you said it's open, so I can
Yeah.
just peer in.
You two get most of the way there, or you get over a little over halfway, and then the door in front of you, Sarkesh, creaks open, and a fairly average-looking man wearing kind of bright red, a bright red shirt of like just kind of thatched linen and some leather pants, walks out and looks fairly confused to see you. Who are you?
I would like to know the same thing. This house was supposed to be empty.
This is our house now. Old Noble, he died, and it's ours now. How'd you get in here? And he's kind of looking towards the front door and sees that it's still closed. He looks a bit nervous.
What do you mean the house is yours now? Did you inherit it when they died?
No one else is using it. It's our house now.
How many others are here?
Only a couple. Shrike! Shrike, we got visitors! And you can hear upstairs a little bit of commotion and movement coming from effectively like above where the dining room is.
Have
So-
you registered this house with the Lord of Deadwood?
Registered? Why would the
You have to pay
Lord be
taxes to
looking...
the city
Why would the Lord be registering houses?
for taxing purposes.
We have no taxes to pay. We're outside the city walls.
That's not how land ownership works, sir.
You're technically still on the Lord's land.
Well, everyone is technically on the Lord's land.
And they
That
pay
means
taxes for it.
everyone pays taxes for it.
Who are you, the tax collectors? Pretty well armored for tax collectors, except for you.
Okay, Sarkash literally laughed at that. That's happening.
And as you kind of let out a chortle, you can hear from upstairs. Aye, Grum. What is it? There's a tax collector here, and his big man. Well, they're both big men, but there's a tax collector here, I think. Tax collect? Why is there... Who are you two?
I'm turning around and looking up because I want to see this person.
It's a fairly tall man. He's wearing kind of a deep orange kind of vest over what appears to be like very light leather armor and leather pants. He's got like a cloak kind of clasped about his back. And yeah, he doesn't look massively happy. He's got fairly long black hair. Just kind of standing, leaning over the railing of the second floor, looking down at the two of you.
I request to speak to all the tenants of this house.
Who are you? You can speak to me.
I'm the big man with the sword and shield.
Aye, and you're breaking into a house.
That does not truly belong to you, in the eyes of the Lord.
Aye, and who cares?
Good point. Now that I think of it.
For the record, Johan did raise his hand.
I know.
He's not saying
He
anything,
looks
but-
over at you, but he's very much more concerned about the dude who's just threatened him
Yeah.
than the unarmed guy who's like, I have a torch and a bow staff on my back. I'm tall, though.
Sarkesh lowers his weapons and just sits there and contemplating. Who really does care? I apologize. Oh, I feel so. Well, I'm not very good with social interactions. I apologize.
He's putting that lightly.
Yes, very lightly. I'm usually very racist.
Among other things.
Both of them just look at each other. They're both humans, but they both just look at each other and then look back at you like, what? Who just admits that? That's weird.
I'm a paladin from Necross. I was told to admit to it.
Okay. Well, what do you want?
The reason I'm asking to speak to everyone is because there have been disappearances of children in Deadwood. They
Yeah,
sent us here to-
the witches, right?
You know of them.
Everyone in Deadwood knows of them. They've been stealing kids for years.
Well, they sent us here to investigate the house to fully make sure that there have been the disappearances aren't. My apologies. To make sure the disappearances aren't connected to this house.
Well, it's just us and a few of my friends.
I'm just here for the food.
Wait, there's food?
Yeah, we walked past the grain. You can see it? Pay attention.
I had completely forgotten.
Grom, go check on the kitchen. And Grom goes and opens the door and checks in the kitchen. It doesn't look like they stole anything. So, what is it you all want?
I just explained what I need. I need to examine the house, make sure that the kidnappings aren't connected here.
I'm here to keep him out of trouble.
Which is a very good idea. You should have punched me when I opened my mouth.
This is funnier.
I agree, you should have. I'll let you go about, I suppose. If you cause any trouble, we will not hesitate.
What? Sorry,
I-
finish. I mean to interrupt.
You can get the hell out of my house now.
Your house.
My house.
Can I see your papers?
Blow me, boy. Get out of my house.
You know, I have a friend who's probably a lot better at that than I am. I can get you her address.
He's just staring at you now, somewhat discontentedly.
I thought I had a bad mouth.
I'm just offering this guy the services of a friendly lady.
Wait, are you talking about that place in the center of town?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, good idea, actually.
I should do way better than I would.
Yeah. Should be at least good at keeping these people calm.
They need that. So anyways, are we still free to move about?
You're getting out of my house.
Can I see your deed?
Can you blow me?
I can.
Very good. And with that, he snaps his fingers, and I'm going to need you to, I believe it's a Constitution saving throw, but let me double check that one real quick.
Sure thing.
Wouldn't want you to be doing the wrong throw on that.
What is happening right now?
I'm about to botch a con saving throw and choke on a dick.
Yep.
It's gonna blow a dwarf. Don't worry about it.
It's a human man. He's gonna blow a human man.
Oh,
And as he does this, I'm gonna walk around the house and continue the investigation.
Zach, why?
I don't know.
'Cause I wanted to mouth off.
Why is the Irish dude asking me to blow him?
Well, Johann is a pretty man.
Yeah, he's alright.
He's better than alright. He's,
The
Pretty
average
pushy.
the average person's a 13, apparently.
yeah, I don't know where you
Hey.
found that, because I went looking for that after you said it, and I can't find it anywhere.
Hey,
Yeah.
So until you
Johan's
can provide, like, evidence, I call
shaven
bullshit.
now. Johann has a nice, clean-shaved face now. Probably his head.
I'm just having a bit of trouble at the moment.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
A
God.
wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. Well, that's good for him. I think he has advantage on that. Or not advantage, but proficiency.
Nope.
The
Strength
only
and
thing I don't have
dex.
proficiency
Ah.
skills is-
Yeah. I think it's because if monks got dex and wisdom, they'd get 2 of the 3 most common ones.
Hmm.
So anyways, a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, sir. Wow, okay. Give me a minute to make sure that this goes off the way I think it does.
Okay.
His kind of, you can tell from his icy stare that he's just very upset. And you see him begin mouthing something under his breath. And you can tell that his hand is moving in some way, but you can't really see from through the railing.
Yeah.
That's kind of a half wall cut off. And you feel this kind of odd seizing of the muscles of your back. But your training has taught you to just relax, and overall, nothing really befalls you. But you feel very upset in general.
Sir, I work with a magic user. I'm going to have to ask you to cease and desist. I am Johann of the City Guard. City champion and destroyer of all things wooden. Stand down.
I'm pulling my defenses back up, and getting ready to burn down the house if I must.
Good. Okay. So I take it you're next to Johann now.
Shield is up because Johann's mouth is going to get me killed.
He looks around and says, "Well, you better bring about a bit more of your guards if you want to kick us out." And then he lets out a sharp, piercing whistle. And you can hear footsteps from the above floor, and you also hear, you see, as another person exits out through that door, and I believe his name was Grom, comes back out. And give me a minute. There's that. Then there's that. Then there's that. And then there's that. And then there's that. All right.
I'm not seeing anything. My map disappeared.
Good. Anyways, you kind of look up and you see 4 people just kind of walking out and taking place beside the man who's addressing you. And they all just kind of like, they're basically just staring daggers at you as he turns and says, "I'll let you leave without a fight, though."
Good evening, fellows. How are you? Do any of you have the deed?
Johann, shut up.
Simple
We
question.
are here looking for missing children. Not
We're here looking for missing children. I've found some lawbreakers. They're squatting on abandoned property.
You are going to get me killed. I'm saying this out loud. I'm saying this out loud because I don't want to die. I would rather find the missing children get killed here because my mouth runs and your mouth runs. Sarkesh
So you'll let us
continues to
leave,
shake his
then?
hand.
What did you say, Johann? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said, so you'll let us leave then?
Aye, we're not murderers.
And if I return asking for the deed?
If you can prove who you are. I ain't one to take anyone at their word, you see.
Actually, I guess he has his torch in his hand, so he'd think with this one.
So as Johann's skin but not hair begin to alight.
Sir, I was sent here by Lady Rocha. I still have to continue the search, at least room to room. Even if your men want to follow me, I still have to look.
You will be leaving this house now.
A whisper in Johann's ear. Do you want to leave now? Or do you want me to send a pillar of flame up to those 4? And you take the 2 on the ground.
If you burn the house down, it's on you. You know that, right?
I know. Come on, man. They're threatening us. And
Oh,
you
no, I
need to
know.
come
I'm
back.
well past the point where I have legal recourse for this.
All right, let's. You jump, I'll burn. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna guess initiative.
Go ahead and roll up initiative, boys.
That's D20, right?
Yep.
Why is my initiative always so low?
Damn it, filter. There we go. And they have a. And they have a. Yeah. Alright. And Sarkesh is a 17. Plus something, I'm sure. So I'll do Johan's first. 'Cause his is
Oh, sorry, I
14.
forgot to close initiative.
Yeah, you can just click the initiative button on your character sheet, and it adds in your dex.
How much dex do you
Okay,
have?
my dex is 1 plus.
A bonus of 1, okay. So 18.
Yeah.
Very good. Descending order. Alright, Sarkesh, go ahead. Do what you're gonna
Looks
do.
like I'm setting up the 3d6. Now they have to roll. Hang on. They have to do a
Dex.
dexterity saving roll to get it.
Okay.
And it has to be above 10 to get without half damage.
To have the damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 13, and I don't believe I have anything that gets them out extra from that, so give me a minute real fast. And this is
That's
this
a
is
lot of people.
this is focused at the top floor, correct?
Yes, I'm aiming it upstairs.
Okay. So that brings them to. And then the other one that you hit, you dealt that. Okay, good. Excellent. Muy excelente. You arc your hands out. I assume you're doing
Burning hands, by fire be purged.
burning hands. Very good, which is in range of those 5. Actually, it's a cone, so you're actually only going to hit 3 of those from where you're standing, because it's not that wide. That's still pretty
Well,
good.
but it's enough to scare the shit out of everyone.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely going to freak out people, but I was a bit over generous, because I was just taking it from like everyone you could see at the top floor. I'm like, wait, no, it doesn't arc that much. But I'll let you get
No,
those
it's just enough to
3.
hit the few in the
Yeah.
front.
So yes, you hit Shrike and the 2 men sitting around you. The 2 men both begin screaming, and you can look and you see in Shrike's eyes just this unfathomable rage as he stares, and the flame just kind of like wipes around him, and he ducks under it, only barely getting singed.
Johann's turn.
No, it's the
No,
leader's
it's-
turn.
Bum,
Oh, okay.
bum. Another one enters from behind, and I need both of you to go ahead and make wisdom saving throws.
Ah.
All right, Johan. Again, you feel your muscles kind of tighten up. Sarkesh, you feel your muscles tighten up. And you find that you just can't move. You're stuck. Just doing that towards the second floor. Johan, it is now your turn, sir.
Okay. I am going to leap over to this person. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to leap over to that person
Okay.
and unleash a flurry of blows. So that is roll to hit martial arts. Fucking nailed that, am I right?
So that misses.
Yep. Second one.
Nice too. Okay, that one hits.
Okay.
But only
And-
barely.
Don't fuck with me, Richard. I can't handle that right now.
Only barely hitting him upside the head as hard as you can.
I'm also going to use the auxiliary effect of Flurry of Blows to attempt to knock him prone, so he has to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. That is an 11.
And mine is a 12.
Okay, so he's knocked prone.
Okay, and I'm going to use my final attack to attack him with advantage because he's prone.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have to roll damage for that. So
You can flurry of blows unarmed strikes.
Huh?
You can flurry of blows unarmed strikes.
they have to be unarmed strikes.
Huh, I did not know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So go ahead, you get advantage on the last hit.
So let me. I forgot I have to roll damage on that. So. Healthy 6. And
Okay. Wow, even with advantage.
I know, right?
Actually, no, that does hit just barely.
Oh wow.
Because
Thanks.
they're not really well armored, so that does actually barely hit.
Okay. 2 6s.
Okay. That would be this one. And you rain down with a blow, and he dodges swiftly from your first blow, but you come back up with another punch and cross him across the jaw, and you can see him like pretty much just go limp and fall to the floor. And with your third hit crushing down, you can hear his neck snap against the floor.
Did I just murder the dude?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just trying to knock him out.
No, he did, man.
I didn't think 12 damage was going to be enough to kill him, so I didn't declare it.
Okay, well, then he is knocked out against the ground as you hear his neck snap. But he's not dead.
Okay.
I'm not retconning
He just
that.
has a broken neck.
No, that's fine. I just, like I said, I didn't think 12 damage was going to be enough to knock him out, especially when you didn't say
They're
anything, so like,
humans.
Okay. For the
I-
record,
I
I'm
think
just
I-
trying to
Armor,
knock everyone
yeah.
out.
I think I will take the Matthew Mercer approach to this and just ask, when you do, how do you want to do this? And then you describe how you either knock them out or murder them.
Okay.
All right, and that's the end of your turn then, right?
Yes.
All right. And that means it's these guys'
Oh, I didn't
turns.
realize the right-hand side of this was the upstairs. I
Yep,
should
second
have been paying
floor.
attention to that. You kept saying
might
people
have
stepped
to,
out, and I didn't see it.
No.
I might have to reload Roll20 because it's not showing me the map at all.
All right, go for it.
And then don't forget to switch your name.
Yep. Switched it.
Means this guy's gonna be about here when he's done. This guy's gonna be. God damn it! They both went onto the same tile. There we go. And this one's gonna be about here. This one's gonna be about there.
By the way, how far is it to go up and down the stairs?
It's the
I mean, it
same-
looks like everyone
it's
came down for the most part,
It's
but
exactly the same distance. So I'm just saying it's 5 feet and then 10 feet, and you're at the top.
okay. Okay, so it's still 45 feet to get from here to where they are then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or I guess if you went up the other set of stairs, it would be. Or wait, did the stairs start right here?
No, they're below that by 5 feet. So yeah, the one that actually, I'm gonna have to mark that down. Sorry, real quick. I was in ruler mode, terrible mode, hate that mode. That guy's out of combat. This one does make it to Johan because he wasn't really that far away, and he's gonna go ahead and attack the Johans with a 13 to hit. I doubt that hits you.
1 second, I'm just making sure that it has retained my thing. I am okay. No, I have 16 AC.
And yes, he comes to slash at you with a small sword, and you just duck under it.
Okay.
And that will take us. Actually, no. I am a dumb.
Hmm.
He will go here. He will go here. He will go here. He will go here. Using a dash
Damn, those guys can
action.
move fucking far.
Well, because they get to double their movement
Using
because they're
dash.
using a dash. So.
I know. That's still like really far.
20
'cause
feet?
I,
20 feet.
yeah, but didn't you say they have to go up and down the stairs, which is 15 right there, plus the like 15 or the 10 feet to go there? So
That's 10 feet. That's 15 to get them to here.
'cause some of the people came down these stairs,
And
right?
5 feet. And they both moved 30 feet the first time to get them to where they were at.
Okay.
And now they've just moved an extra 20 feet. Oh, that one moved 25
Okay.
feet, I believe. And then, yeah.
It's
That's
it's
really
irrelevant.
not that
They're gonna
far.
make it to us. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
It's really not that far. It's not a huge fucking house. Just fairly large. And that ends their turn, which brings us to Sarkesh, who gets to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Which he fails. Alright, Sarkesh, you are still locked in your burning hands, looking up at the second floor.
Oh god, he used freaking glare on me.
Brings us to the leaders. You can see the main one that's been addressing you kind of look over at the other one that's dressed with a cloak and slightly more fancifully, and he mutters something from the second floor, but Johan, you can't really tell, and Sarkesh, you're feeling very nervous as you watch the two guys run up on you. And one of them descends the stairs, and he can only make it to there. And then he has to use his dash, but I'm just going to put it here, because that's good enough for me. Johan, it is your turn, good sir.
Okay. I am once again going to flurry of blows. I'm going to attack the guy directly below me on the map. Let me just mark off my key.
Hale, this book is really boring. Like, my god, this book is fucking boring.
Alright, so I'm also going to roll damage, but likewise, I'm going to attempt to knock this one prone.
The south one? Bottom one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's saving throw. He rolled a net 17. So he is not knocked prone.
Okay. I did 8 damage to him.
Okay.
Also, you'll let me know when I knock them out, right?
Yeah, I'll ask what you want to do.
Okay. I use my second flurry of blows on the one to the southwest of me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait, what? Why am I attacking with advantage?
I guess you just
Set
left
to
advantage on.
Okay.
You rolled a 23. It doesn't matter. We just take the left one.
Yeah. I thought I had changed it. So anyways, okay. I would also like to knock him prone after I roll damage.
So 5 damage.
Man, these
He-
fucking high rolls.
He also does not get knocked down, but he does take 5 damage. Should take some
Okay.
of that. Okay.
And I am going to use my final martial arts to punch the same guy southwest.
Okay, go for it. That obviously hits. 7. How would you like to do this?
Oh wait, no, I guess I can't do that without using key. I just want to hit him flat hand really hard in the chest and attempt to like knock the wind out of him
Okay.
or punch him in the stomach, whichever.
Yeah. You palm him really hard in the sternum, and you can just see that as the air just completely falls out of him, and his eyes roll back and falls to the ground, to his knees, and then falls onto his back, knocked out.
Okay.
And is that everything you want to do? Good sir.
Yes. Sorry, that's all I can do. My apologies.
Very good. Then I suppose it is the turn at the men-at-arms. And did you knock the first guy prone? I can't remember. Not that it really matters, because it doesn't...
Oh, the guy who's knocked out?
No,
the first
the
one?
one
Oh.
directly below
Oh, no,
you.
no, no. He got a nat 17, remember?
Okay, right. Yeah, they both did really good at surviving your shit.
Well, they don't have
Not
to do
that it
valuable,
mattered.
'cause my DC is pretty low for
Yeah.
that at the moment.
All right. So one of them kind of does like a feigning attack, and the other one directly attacks you.
Okay.
That means it's a 20. That hits
Okay.
you. And you take 4 damage.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and mark that down. Sarkesh, the two next to you attack you, and I'm gonna double check because I'm pretty sure they get advantage when you're paralyzed, because being paralyzed is pretty
Yeah,
bad.
I think they do.
I'm 90% positive you are correct.
My armor's gonna be the only thing that protects me.
So they both get to attack with advantage, which means one got a 20, and the other one got a 19.
You said he's paralyzed?
Either way,
Yeah.
they're still getting through my defenses.
Yeah, they have advantage to attack him, and any hit that hits him is an automatic crit.
Good.
Oh god.
What's your AC?
19.
19. Okay, no, you only got hit by one.
Okay.
Because one rolled a 19, and the other one rolled a 17, which brings him to an 18. So, yeah, you only got hit by one of them, but it's an auto crit.
Auto crit.
So this is gonna hurt.
All right,
Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
which he is, and that is 8 damage to you. So,
Okay, it didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would.
since I don't really want to bother rolling it. I'm just doing what it comes out of the book with.
Okay.
And that brings us back to Sir Cash. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. You missed again.
God. Yeah, I'm gonna die in this fight.
Now it brings us to the leaders. How far is he from Yo-Hizzle? Oh, he's just able to make it to Yo-Hizzle, which he's probably going to do because the other ones look like they're going to take care of it.
Hello, Voodoo Caster attacking Yo-Hizzle.
Attacking Yo-Hizzle. Johan, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Alright. Johan, this time your monk skills do not avail you, and you feel every muscle in your body tighten up all around you, and you just kind of freeze up.
Good.
And now the other leader decides to stab at thee with his little shit dagger twice.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 4 times.
That did not roll how I wanted it to. No, it did. Apparently it just rolled really shitty. Okay, so the first attack misses.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure this is working correctly. I don't think this is working correctly. There's no way he rolled 2 ones. Oh, he rolled a 1 and a 3. Wow, you got massively fucking lucky. Because the first one rolled a 5 and a 10, and the other one rolled a 1 and a 3. Yeah, you just got massively fucking lucky. Good for you, buddy.
Yay, me.
And that ends the leader's turn. Johan, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Alright.
Yay, me.
Still all froze up. Now we're gonna go with these two motherfuckers right here. They're gonna attack you, and they both get advantage.
Yay, me.
19
Oh.
hit you.
Yeah, 19 hits me. 19 hits me hard.
The 6 probably doesn't, though.
6 does not.
Okay, so you take
8 damage.
yes, you take 8 damage. Now we go to Sarkesh and do the same fucking thing. 15,
Doesn't penetrate my armor.
18,
Thank God for chainmail.
yeah. It's incapacitated. That's easy then. Cool. So you take no damage this turn. Sarkesh, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Time to fail it again. Maybe not.
I believe you got out, sir.
God, if a 16 is a I believe you got out, then I'm feeling pretty fucked here.
Yeah, you get out.
Oh, Sarkesh is so pissed at this point.
Okay.
Now the real question is this one of those bullshit spells where you have to spend your whole fucking turn trying to get out of it, or do you
Yeah.
get a turn to act?
No, he breaks free, and that is his turn.
Shit.
I don't know why that finger was extended, but mainly because it didn't snap.
I will double check that, but I believe that to be the case. Because that's how pretty much all of those work, because they're all
It
ass.
is. They are.
Now Sarkesh is ready.
Successes.
some
At the end of
point,
each
this person
turn,
will-
you can make another wisdom saving throw. Success. Yeah, because it's at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
You make a
And you
wisdom
can't
saving
take
throw.
attacks and move or anything like
Yeah.
that, so yeah.
So yep, you's done, son. Oh wow, I was using that slightly incorrectly. Good to know. All right, so Sarkesh, you're free, but that's the end of your turn. This motherfucker's gonna start stabbing Johan. Actually,
As per usual.
nice. Yeah, he's just gonna stab Johan. That's
Don't notice me
Johan's
yet.
That's Johan's lot in life, because you just broke free and was like, alright, no more burning hands. Hands down. We're good. It's better now. Life's better now.
Hands down, sword and shield ready.
14. Does that hit you, Johan?
No.
Nope.
Does not.
Okay. Other attack. 11.
That one doesn't either.
I'm really starting to feel like rolling this just doesn't like it. Just doesn't like it. I think I've rolled above a 10 like once. Twice. It's
Oh.
good.
3 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
really-
sorry, you mean the individual rolls.
Yeah. All right. That ends the leader's turn. Oh no, the other leader still has an action that he can do. He's going to use this.
Jump down from the balcony and stab Johan. What?
Ah, that'd be good.
Do a plunge attack.
Yeah, he's just gonna come down from the balcony, and that's gonna be his pretty much whole turn to get to about there. All right, Johan, go ahead and make your wisdom saving throw, good sir. Johan, you're free as well.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. My god, you, my god, you guys. It's pretty cool. Now the men-at-arms don't get to just mercilessly beat you as bad. Alright, so that is 4 attacks. We'll do the first 2 against Johan. Yeah. Highest one was a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Doesn't hit. What's your AC? Jesus.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a nice AC.
And you have... Actually, that seems like that'd be much smarter. He's gonna try and grapple you. Sarkesh,
What do I roll for a saving throw on that?
I believe it's just it's athletics against it. Good luck, buddy. Alright, you are grappled, sir.
God damn it!
Speed becomes 0. Condition ends if
Outside of
you're-
that, there's no real effect.
Yeah.
It just means you can't move.
Yeah, you can't move at all.
Oh, they can also move you without making a check, but it's half their movement speed.
Yep. But yeah, use grappled. It's not that big of a deal. It just means you can't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
Just pray they don't knock you prone.
And that was the first one, so the other one is going to go ahead and attack you. He did not hit. Sarkesh, it's your turn.
What would I roll to get out of this? Athletics?
You roll athletics again. And
Get the fuck up.
yeah, you get off of him. You push him off. You break his grapple and just push him. He's like, my plan, my massively good plan, it's gone. Oh no.
And that was my action, wasn't it?
Yep. But hey, you're not grappled anymore.
I'm using lay on hands. I can at least do that.
Okay. How much are you healing for, buddy?
I'm only going to use 5.
Alright. You heal yourself for 4-5 as radiance shines upon you. And right, that was the end of your turn. Because you used an action and a bonus action. So, this one is going to go ahead and one of the leaders rushes forward and the other one is going to go ahead and at the same time make both of you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
This guy is such bullshit.
Well,
Oh.
Sarkesh is fine, but Johan really tenses up in the moment, and in an attempt to break free, he feels testicular torsion begin to take over, and
Oh.
just kind of freezes up in place.
Nut flicking free session my ass.
Not my fault you guys decided to assault in a house with 2 people. You bastards. So anyways, one of the leaders is going to go ahead and attack Sarkesh twice. Misses with the first one, misses with the second one, rolled exactly the same thing. What a bitch. Johan, go ahead and try and get out of being frozen. Nice try, Johan. Men-at-arms time!
And at some point, this guy's gonna run out of spell slots.
Well, there's 2 of them that have spell slots, so...
At some point, one of them is going to run out of spell
amount of-
slots.
Yeah, the amount of times they have cast, they're going to run out sooner or later.
Yep, they are. I'm keeping track of
That
them.
is 7 castings across 2 people.
Well, no, it's not, because they're using it at a 3rd level, which means they can do both of you with 1 cast.
I know.
That's not
They
7.
cast it on me
Just,
twice before this started. And they've cast it on me 3 times during combat. No, I guess, yeah, so 5 times.
It's like, I'm pretty sure my math's right. They've only casted it 5 times, so they get both of you each time. With that. Anyways, the men-at-arms get to attack. So, first one, gonna go ahead and we'll start with Sarkesh, as he gets just 2 normal attacks with no advantage against him. Okay. That is 8 damage against you, Sarkesh.
Holy crap.
Next one attacks. Well, because basically the only time they ever hit you is with a 19 or a 20, so
Yeah.
That's
if
true.
they hit you, they basically get
So-
double damage. And
They
the other
hit
one
me,
misses.
they hit
Yeah,
me.
the other one misses. Johan, you get attacked twice with advantage on against you. What's this? So 17 on the
Hey,
first
that hits.
one. 13 on the
That one does
second
not.
one, so you take 4 damage.
No, I take 8 damage.
Oh, right, yeah, you're paralyzed, you take 8 damage.
Yeah, I do.
Congratulations. How you feeling, Johan? Feeling pretty good? Feeling pretty rough?
I was feeling pretty good until these guys had like DC 14 freeze you in place advantage auto crits.
They, it's actually not that high of a DC.
Oh.
So, Kesh, what do you want to do?
They're in the perfect position to burn them all.
They are?
Is that the exact same thing you rolled, but the
You
6
did.
was switched with
Yes,
the
it
4?
is. Oh my god.
No, it was 2, 6, 5. It was still a 13, but
Yeah, but still. And they're in
Yes.
point blank, so dodging's a little hard.
It's the exact same, but yeah.
mechanically it's the
Um,
exact same. But technically speaking, since the cone is originating from right in front of you, it's actually
easier to dodge.
Yeah, it would technically be a
Slower.
bit easier because you just duck real fast.
Well, if anything,
move
I'm
to the
aiming.
side.
Yeah,
for
or
the,
move to the side real fast.
I'm aiming for the leader.
Yeah. Yeah, because of where you're at, I'm going to say you could probably get 2 of them, so the leader and 1 of them.
Okay.
Because it doesn't
Yeah,
like it
either
doesn't
of the
fan out
minion.
from there and then come in. It comes, it's that much of a spread.
Yeah, either of the minions. Don't care which one.
All right, cool. I don't believe either of those have taken any damage.
No.
Nope, not yet.
Oh wait.
No,
they
one
were
of
the
them
ones up
has.
on the balcony. Yeah.
One of them has. The other one hasn't. So
Was this the leader that I was?
Yeah, it's the leader
shooting
you've been
fire at?
yelling at and you shot fire at.
Okay, I'm gonna hit his friend that's taking damage and pointing at him.
Okay. And it's a what saving throw? Dex, I think.
Dex saving throw. It has to go above 10.
Okay. Okay, good. They both fairly deftly drop out of the way, only taking minor damage as your flames kind of hit their shoulders and scurry across their backs, but it doesn't deter them that horrifically. Actually, no, one of them, because you attacked one of the injured ones, and that would be this guy with half damage. Yeah, he just screams and writhes around on the floor, fucking dead as shit. The leader though, he's just like, fuck, ow.
Okay, so he doesn't like fire. And he's good enough to dodge it.
Not generally a thing people appreciate being set on.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So now it's his turn, I believe.
Yes, it
Unless
is.
you have a bonus action you'd like to do.
I didn't swing my sword, so no.
Okay. He is going to the leader that is in front of you, Sarkesh. Chants something into his blade and then attacks you with it. But misses, I believe, because he gets a that to hit. Well, let me make sure that the attack
Still has to reach 19 in the.
Yep. I believe this misses because I believe this should be a 17, but I'm just going to double check because I've never used this before. Yeah, doesn't get anything, no bonuses from that. So yep, okay, it's a 17. So you kind of like duck out of the way as his dagger comes down, and it hits the links of your chainmail and just glances off, but you can see out of the corner of your eye that there seems to be something imbued upon the blade as he does that. The other leader is going to do the exact same thing to Johan, actually.
Good.
Oh no, Johan!
Johan's just dead as dicks right now.
That is that with an advantage and that.
So he hits. And
That probably really hurts. Okay.
Yeah.
That is 16 necrotic.
Ugh!
You said if it drops me to 0, necrotic kills me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I had 7.
Okay. So Johan just falls to the ground. Sarkesh, you're
Why do you
able to
like
see
doing
this.
necrotic damage to Johan so much?
It's just fun, you know? He looks like he likes it, so I just give it to him every chance I get. Sarkesh, you look over and you see Johan fall to the ground. And the leader that's standing over Johan just looks over at you and points at you with his knife, and a trickle of blood just runs down the edge of it, and he smiles. Bum. Bum. I believe that's still in. Yeah.
One of them's dead, so yeah.
I also
Uh,
never marked the guy who's writhing on the ground in flame.
Oh,
Just for the
right.
record.
So I'll put that one there. This one was the injured one, so that's the one that's down. So he dead. And I get 3 attacks against you, but they don't have advantage. We'll just do it this way. 13, 9, and wow, 4. No one hits you, so that's nice. And it is now your turn, Sarkesh.
I'm swinging towards the leader. I'm praying to Puffin as I swing towards the leader. Just hoping not to... He's just praying. Yeah, that's it. He's praying as he swings.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
And I miss.
Python looks down upon you and finds your cause to be unjust, and your sword flies from your hands as you swing at the leader, clattering to the floor by your side. Anything else you'd like to do?
Can't pick up my sword, can I?
You can, but you're gonna provoke opportunity attacks.
Draw my spear.
Okay, you draw your spear. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I can't attack again, so no.
Okay.
Just defensive. Everything. I can...
So then this leader's gonna come up on you. Yeah, okay. So both of the leaders are again going to attempt to attack you. They get a +3 to both to these rolls, and I'm gonna roll for both of them. Wow. Python also looks down upon that guy, and his dagger clatters across the room a few feet. The other one attacks and misses. Since the one who attacked... No, he wouldn't do that. That'd be dumb. Alright. Now everybody else attacks. Hooray! Hooray! One of them feints an attack against you, giving another one advantage. It's a 20.
Oh,
That
it actually
is-
hits.
That is 4 damage to you, sir. Then the other one just attacks with a crit. That's 8 more damage to you, sir. And it's your turn again.
I'm stabbing the leader. Or, actually, no. I'm stabbing the fucker who hit me.
Okay.
First one.
The first one, that'd be the one that's directly to the left of you. That motherfucker right there.
Yeah,
That-
he's getting speared.
That definitely hits. For 4 damage, alright. That hurts. Dat hoits. 4 damage, so he's that. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
Actually, in the middle of that attack, I'm using my last spell slot to use Divine Smite.
Okay, go ahead and add the damage.
I'm looking over it real quick.
I think it's like 2d8,
Yeah, it is.
because he's not undead and he doesn't get the extra one. Yeah, no, he's fucking dead now. That was this one, who has been reduced to radiant ash as your spear enters him, then becomes a lightsaber, and what used to be his chest cavity explodes into sparkles, essentially. He falls to the ground, looking down at the gaping hole that used to be where his heart is, looks back at you, and then just collapses to the ground.
Sarkesh is pissed.
Sparkle murdered. Okay, so one of them, the leader that dropped his knife, is going to disengage from you to go and pick it up. And then he's going to move back into place, but that's his entire action. The other one is... The other one just looks at one of the men near him and kind of motions. And then holds his action. One of the men-at-arms... Well, two of the men-at-arms are both feinting you. The other men-at-arm attacks and gets a +1, 18.
Nada.
Then the other one attacks with his. Then now the leader uses his action to attack with advantage from one of the men-at-arms to attack you with that. Oh, fuck. So that's 34 necrotic damage. How would you like to take this?
That's. Can he commit suicide?
You know what? I'll let you. Go ahead. Fuck me.
He grabs the guy's arm and stabs the blade into his neck, just happily committing suicide.
Okay. So back at the town of Deadwood. Perrin, you're finishing up your enjoyable day at the hospital. You've flirted with Fursa a little bit. Go ahead and roll charisma for me.
Oh God. Okay. Let me find that window. Feel like what I've been working on. Here. You said charisma?
Yeah. God, roll
straight
20.
or-
Roll 20 gives me all these mediocre rolls, and then it's like, so he's doing this one really good attack. By the way, crit.
Just straight charisma or
Probably just like persuasion if you have that trained. Because I doubt you're trying to like lie to her. You're just like, hey, flirty, flirty, flirt, flirt. Flirty, flirty, flirt. Man, my best friend Johan is
Yeah, I
so
don't know,
cool.
but it's good.
Flirty, flirt,
Okay.
flirt.
yeah, that went about as well as I thought it would.
That's like
Good.
sarcastic.
Well, Perrin's having a pretty terrible day.
No, I'm just not. I'm just doing bad flirting.
You know, a lot's been on your mind, Perrin. The Lithilier, he's not doing, like, great. He's not really getting any worse, but he's also not, healing as rapidly as you'd like. Jeanette's kind of just been riding your ass. And all of these thoughts are just kind of coming to the back of your mind. You're not really sure what you're going to do with the next, like, year of your fucking life now that you're stuck in Deadwood. And you're trying to make conversation with, like, the one person that seems to be really something of, like, a glimmer of light in this kind of dingy city. And you catch yourself after about 30 seconds of talking to Fursa, and you realize you've just been staring at her chest the whole time. And though you think you're being subtle, your head just snaps up to her eyeline. And she just kind of, like, looks at you and sighs a little bit, and then continues the conversation. Your day is filled with little things like this going on. Just, you feel a little off. But, your day wraps up. You didn't kill anyone. You helped out a couple of farmers that had some injuries. Some of the city guard, you're helping finish up tending to their burns. And they're all very grateful that you and Fierce are able to magically heal their wounds significantly faster than they would heal on their own. And yeah, overall, fairly good day, though you think maybe you might have not made such a great impression on Fierce towards the end.
Good. Good.
Hale, that book's really boring. Vel, you go and do your job, hanging out with a Maester Judic, helping sending out ravens and receiving ravens from the nearby kingdoms to help with the Lord Vasilius's campaign to bring to justice the terrorists who attacked him and the city of Deadwood. You find Most of the day goes by really quickly. Is there anything in particular that you want to do with your day, or just get through your day's work?
Uh, what's the date?
It's the 5th of January.
Okay. I think it's mostly just getting through the day at this point.
Okay, then yeah, you finish up your day as well. With Judic, he seems very grateful to have your help, and continues, just kind of working with you to refine your Ravencraft skills. Any of you want to do anything?
Is it payday yet? I feel like it should be payday. I feel like I've been working in this hospital for like years,
goddamn
and I've
month.
never gotten paid. I don't. Concept of time is just horribly skewed.
You're on a bi-yearly pay schedule. No,
Feels like it.
as I recall, you've been working for 7 days in a 9-day week.
Oh god. Forever. No money. No money.
Great work schedule, isn't it?
No, otherwise I don't have anything else to do because I was uninformed of adventure and things. So, I mean, I don't know nothing.
Yeah. So,
No.
you finish up your day, get some food, head back to the hotel?
Cool. And pay my pay for food. Food is like what we've been doing, like
I think it was like
couple
5.
silver.
It was like 5 copper or a couple silver if you want the nicer meal with alcohol.
I shouldn't be drinking alcohol. I'm a drunk. It's a problem.
I think that's a reason that you should be doing that.
But I'll take the nicer meal and just like keep the bottle in the room.
Okay.
So pay silver for the food,
Okay.
and go back to the room and eat.
Okay, sounds good.
Uh,
God, Hale, that is a boring fucking book. Anything else you want to?
From it yet?
Anything else you want to do for the day? You've been
Well,
you've been doing the reading up about the Mages College and their rules and stuff, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you basically just been learning the laws of the kingdom, and like, it's essentially a beginner's book. So it's not like you're getting into any high level like magics or anything. It's mostly just like, this is where magic came from. This is how we harness the magic. Many others harness magic in this way. Druids are people who harness magic using the forces of nature, whereas wizards, that kind of stuff. It's a very boring fucking book.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm gonna take a break and go tend to the greenhouse and the garden and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you tend to the gardens. It's very pleasant as you walk through in the day and water, and you've gotten good enough in the couple of days that you've been there that for the most part, you no longer have to drag around the massive tome of mystical plants anymore. You know how to take care of the ones that are in the greenhouse and just around the surrounding landscape. Yeah, go about, and it's just fairly pleasant. It's a winter's day. There's light snow. It's good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take my time tending to them, and then I'm gonna go back to the book after a little while.
Okay. Spend an hour outside, calming down, relaxing a bit, tending. It's a beautiful day. It's a good thing no bad things would happen on a day like today. And then you go back and read your book. Vel, what are you up to?
If not work, then Bobbert.
All right, you leave the
I'm
palace.
very enthralled having
and
my
s-
mouse friend back.
You leave the castle, walk down to the main courtyard, and then Bobbert. Bobberts. And you, Bobbert. Bobbert, some more. It's pretty good.
Pet the Bobbert, hug the Bobbert, love the Bobbert, feed the Bobbert.
Okay, all those things and more were yours that night. So, Perrin, Vel, eventually you guys both meet back up at the inn once night is fallen. Hale, I assume that you're still staying at the greenhouse and you tree form up to pass the night.
Yep.
Vel, Perrin, you're both there. After a couple hours after nightfall, you do both kind of find it a bit peculiar Johann hasn't shown up yet, since he's usually fairly timely. But yeah. Is there anything you guys would like to do before going to bed?
Guess I make small talk and go, the last time he didn't show up, we all wound up in jail.
That is a very good point.
Should we did he talk to you today at all?
No?
Should we be worried?
I feel like it's mandatory at this point that we at least be a little bit worried. Do you think we should go look for him?
Well, he couldn't have gone far. I mean, we're supposed to stay in the city.
Hale remembers the time that she was Big Boss while she puffs on a cigar.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for him. He's gotten us into trouble with this vanishing act in the past. I'm worried. I need to know what's going on.
Do you think we should go get Alasia then?
Only if we make her promise not to yell at the guards.
I trust I'll leave that to you then.
Now I know you see this face.
I do see that face. Don't give me that face.
I'm fucking giving you this face. She's not Ani.
To be fair, the you're lying thing happened on Hale. Okay, so, off to fetch Halasia.
Okay, you guys make your way over and find Halasia reading the most dull book ever printed. As far as she's concerned, she's never been one for books, being a tree, but this is awful. Why did humans and elves make these? These are the worst.
Does she express this?
No, it's an internal struggle.
Okay.
So she's just
If it-
kind of sitting there and shaking and convulsing and just like
Something along
very,
the lines of
very
that, yeah.
quiet anger. Okay, I can work with that.
Where's Braden so I can send him a Discord invite? There we go.
As long as it stays internal, Vel won't have a problem. Anyway. Hale, we have a problem.
She looks up and sees them. Problem? What happened?
Have you
broke what?
seen or heard from Johann at all?
No. Why would Johann come to see me?
That's not the point. We haven't either. Remember the last time we didn't?
Has he done anything wrong this time?
We don't know.
And that's what we're afraid of.
Well, it shouldn't be that hard to know. I mean, he hasn't left the city. I mean, I'm sure we'd all be in custody at the moment if he had, or there'd be a dead body outside the walls. Have any of you checked with the guards or anything?
Not yet. We came to get you first.
Have you talked to Sarkesh?
Don't normally
I
talk to Sarkesh. And what are your things?
Seen him.
He's probably in his inn or something. Okay, so I assume we should probably go talk to a guard and see if they've seen Johann.
If you two go talk to a guard and see what's up, I will go look and see if I can find Sarkesh.
Okay.
And see if he knows anything.
Okay. Anything to get away from the book.
You get a slight dirty look.
I love you, Vel, but it's awful.
Yeah,
Come on,
well,
Baron.
you have poor taste.
I'd like to see you read it.
Baron very quietly follows.
Not now, Vel. Go find Sarkesh. We're gonna go find a guard.
Okay.
Elle promptly turns on her foot and stomps away.
So, being where you are, it's quickest to find guard. You find guard standing outside Palace.
Excuse me, sir? We're wondering if you've seen, our friend Johann around?
He just kind of shrugs. He was in the town center a couple of hours ago on his shift. I haven't really seen him since then.
Do you know anybody who might know where he is?
No, he usually just takes off after work. I think he stays down at the inn in the deep. I don't know which one though.
The Arcturus, he's unfortunately not there, which is why we're out and about looking for him.
You can talk to Dorson. He'd be the only one who would know. He's the captain of the guard, and he just kind of points you to the barracks across the way.
Okay, thank you. And we're gonna head off to go do so.
Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, you head off, you get to the barracks, and it's not hard to find Dorson. You quickly realize that the man wearing the slightly flashier uniform that's actually fully intact and not scuffed at all, barking orders at everyone's probably the guy. And he's just kind of, wandering about, making sure people are just generally working pretty hard.
Excuse me, Mr. Dorson?
Yes? What is it? Who are you?
I'm Helasia. I'm a friend of Johann. We're actually looking for him at the moment. Is there any chance that you may have seen him today?
Yeah, he showed up for work, or he showed up to guard, and I had him go and guard the town center. I haven't seen him since then. It's been a few hours now.
Alright, could you let us know maybe if, any of your guards report anything about him at all?
Sure, I'll send someone. Where are you staying?
I'm staying at the greenhouse, and she motions to Perrin for him to tell where he's staying.
The rest of us just staying at the Arcturus Inn.
Very well. I'll send word if I hear anything. Oh! His friend, that wishy-washy paladin came by and said that they were gonna go to...
Sarkesh?
Yeah, that one. They said that they were gonna go to check out the manor out to the east of the city, and that they'd be back by tomorrow.
Isn't that outside of the city?
Yes, I gave them permission and told them that if they didn't return, it would be on them.
Okay. I'll look at Perrin and ask him what he wants to do about this. Maybe we should just
On
go to bed.
Whose order were they to investigate?
I think Sarkesh said it had to do with the witchery.
Okay. Should we choose, would we too have leave of the city to search for them?
I suppose, but the same rules apply. You'll have to both check in with me when you get back, otherwise, you will be hunted.
Of course.
That is only fair.
And if I don't see you within the next 48 hours, you will be hunted.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Perrin, maybe we should go find Vel. And, well, Sarkesh is clearly with Johan, so... we should
Yes.
probably go find Vel.
Well, at least we have a decent lead on them, I suppose.
Did Vel mention where she was going to look for Sarkesh?
Would assume she would go to
Yeah.
the witchery.
Yeah, wherever it was he was staying, that's where she would be heading.
Okay.
The
Then to the
witchery.
witchery we go.
Alright, Vel, you get to the witchery first, since they, did other things beforehand. And as you approach, a sister steps forward and says, "The witchery's closed."
I'm sorry to bother you. I'm looking for Sarkesh.
Sarkesh? Yeah, he left, like, a couple hours ago.
To go where?
I don't remember. Said he was meeting up with a friend.
Would that friend have been Johan by chance?
Maybe. I don't pay attention to his life. I'm just doing my guard thing. And then
Such an
Perrin
exciting life.
and Halasia begin. You can see them now walking. They're about a block away from you.
Well, thank you, I suppose. I'm sorry, your guard duty doesn't seem very entertaining. You seem very bored. I'm going to go and meet up with Perrin and Hale. Find out what's up.
You all congregate about half a block away from the witchery.
Hey, Vel. So, sounds like, Johan and Sarkesh decided to go on a little adventure. They got permission to leave the city from the city guard. They have 48 hours to return. And from what I understood, Sarkesh said he'd probably be back tomorrow? They went to some manor or something.
Just the two of them?
That's what the captain of the guard said.
Should we go looking for them?
Perrin and I have
He-
permission.
Yeah, he gave us permission to go look. Also told us that given our
If we're not back
circumstances
in
for being in
48
the city,
hours.
yeah, would hunt us.
They'll hunt us down.
Yeah, but if Sarkesh said possibly be back tomorrow, I'm not sure if we should be worried yet or not, or if we should go looking or wait.
Well, in all fairness, it's Sarkesh. He's got quite a mouth on him.
Johan's not the best at making friends either.
You don't say.
I am officially more worried.
So, what do you want to do?
Do you know where this manor is?
I believe he said east of the city?
I need to know. I need to know what's happening. I'm losing my mind not knowing. I have to go.
I really hope they didn't go out and decide to get laid or something.
Perrin objectively raises a finger. I don't think Johan is that kind of person.
He's not, but Sarkesh might be.
Give you that one.
I like that I got pushed in front of a bus, but then pulled back at the last second and I threw Sarkeshan instead.
Meanwhile, Johan is knee deep in pussy.
Yeah! Being dead is great.
Well, Johan does
So-
have a little bit of a tendency to tiny bit of a ladies' man, so.
I like
So
your
it's
character.
established that we're going to look for them.
Yes, we're going to look for them.
Okay.
Vel's losing her shit, not knowing a thing. She needs to know all the things.
This is like an actual character defect we're working with now.
Apparently.
She has to know things.
I want to know why they didn't.
That's
bother
her
to tell me
entire
that.
character! I don't know a thing. I must find out the thing.
Good to know.
Alright, so you all begin, I take it, making your way out of the city.
I guess.
I am.
Alright. We are going to go ahead and take a little break so Richard can do some writing. Yeah. So if you guys need to, do anything, you got 10 minutes, and we'll meet back here.
Things happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
restroom break.
Go for it. Have fun. I mean, I'll still be on Skype. I'm just gonna be figuring shit out. But yeah. All right. Let us continue the journey of the two guys at the bottom not having to worry about doing anything. So, Vel, Hale, Perrin, you all make your way out, begin heading east. You find yourselves in front of a 2-story mansion, off in the distance, beset between 2 mountains. As you make your way past the outer perimeter of trees, past the old gate, which creaks ominously as you open it, you see the full depression this once noble house has fallen into. The once vast gardens leading to the estate now sit untended and full of overgrown weeds, and slick, almost clay-like mud that reeks of a pungent perfume of decay. The manor itself has great cracks in its plaster, and some of the gaps where you can see the snow melt is draining into deep brown streams. The windows are boarded, long since shattered, and the grand entryway door still sits chained close above crumbling steps.
Do I get a sense of freedom since I left the city?
You actually feel way better now that you're out in nature again, yeah.
Nature
How do I
boner.
feel now that I'm out in nature?
Well, it's cold. It's much further north than you've ever been before, and as a tree, you disapprove of that. Mostly because there's just not enough sun at any point in time anymore. You're feeling pretty... Your bark feels really taut. And, yeah. But you do enjoy not being in the city anymore. Phil, you have no real qualms except for the fact that it's kind of disgusting as you're walking through the outer perimeter.
Okay.
Alright,
Oh,
and
okay.
Out and about.
then the mansion we're in front of we know is or we think is the one they want to do.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 2-story mansion. The front door is chained closed. Most of the windows are all boarded up. As you approach from the east.
Would
Mm.
we be able to see any signs that they had gone through here or were here?
Make a perception check.
And that'd be a survival check?
No, because you're not tracking. You're just trying to see if anyone's been here.
Mm.
Go and check. Because there is DCs for that. I mean, if you have survival higher, you can use that instead, because it's essentially the same thing. It's on that.
Yeah, my survival's higher.
Okay. Do you want to roll survival instead?
Yes.
Hot damn.
Apparently.
Just gonna leave it to Hale.
Hill's on a mission.
Don't do that. Hale's gonna break it.
Alright, so,
You can't break it any worse.
Hale, fun thing, you look around and it was actually not quite that hard to notice that there are 2 very obvious sets of tracks that have come almost the same route you have come. And they're both fairly, like, deep set, so they're probably heavier humans that have walked through. You see them come fairly close to the entryway, and then they kind of break to the south, kind of wandering around the estate.
Okay. So I'm gonna point out the set of tracks and I'm gonna suggest that we follow them.
Okay.
Follow the tracks.
Sure.
You all follow the tracks, and it doesn't take you very long as you cross about halfway through the south to note that the tracks now diverge. One of them heading towards the kind of shanty-looking stable further to the south, and the other one kind of wraps around towards the up back towards the north on the far eastern side.
Do you guys want to split up and follow one path, or do we want to check both paths at the same, or go one way. If we don't find anything, come back, go the other way.
I'm going to vote the together part because, you know, we're already missing people and it's getting dark.
It's
Sounds
like
like
a plan.
probably for the best.
it's
Uh,
dark now.
Which way do you guys want to go first?
Everyone can see in the dark here, right?
Yeah.
I can.
For 60
I don't
feet.
know.
I'm not sure.
Should probably figure that out.
Hale would be the only one who can't, but I'm pretty sure Dryads get dark vision.
I don't know. It's not in my features and traits, so I'm gonna assume no.
Well, yeah, probably not.
That's fun.
Most of you can see in the dark. Hale, it is dim light, so you can see around generally. You just have more trouble than them.
Okay. So yeah, which way would you like to go first, guys?
What would you recommend since you're the one who found the trail?
Which one? Can I tell which ones look more recent from them splitting off? Like, well, no, I guess
They
they would have
both
split off.
look
at
about
same-
the same. They both look like they split at the same time. You can tell that the ones that are heading south towards the stable are Sarkesh's. They're deeper set.
Okay, well, it looks like Sarkesh went towards the stable. So I would assume Johan came around this way. So I guess let's follow Johan. He's the one most, well, Sarkesh is pretty likely to get us into trouble too.
Okay. I guess since I can see in the dark, I'll go ahead and take lead, and with that, I'll pull out my shield and warhammer.
Okay. Yes, you walk a few more feet, and Hale, you see well, as you kind of get towards the corner of the house, you see the footprints that you believe to be Sarkesh's re-merging with Johan's as they continue around.
Hey guys, looks like we picked the right way. Sarkesh looks like he came back through this way and merged with Johan. So,
And you continue to follow around, and eventually you come across the cellar whose door has been effectively ripped off of the hinges and is set to the side of the cellar itself. And the tracks end into the cellar.
I think it's safe to say that they went in here and that they used much more force than what was probably necessary.
Well, gee, that doesn't
motions
sound
at
like
the
them at
door.
all.
I guess it's a good thing we came looking. I don't see any sign that they came back out, so...
Well, I guess in we go. I'm gonna take out my arcane focus and be ready.
I'm gonna pull out my scimitar as well, and, hang on just a sec. I'm gonna, if it's okay, I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace,
Okay.
for just in case.
Alright.
And it'll mask the three of us.
Actually,
Sure.
while she's doing that,
Isn't that only a
I
single target?
No,
No, it's a cloud. You all roll stealth.
Oh.
I'm going to use
Oh,
armor
we
of
have to roll
Agathis.
stealth.
Yeah.
No.
Otherwise, Pass Without Trace doesn't do anything.
Can't make any promises there for me. Bad.
well, it
stealth
has
thing.
a plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks,
Mhm.
and can't be tracked except for by magical means.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have
So.
to do a stealth check.
Yep, with a plus 10.
Yes.
Okay, well I have to roll it at disadvantage, so plus 10 to whatever this is.
16.
16.
Vel, go ahead and roll yours. Hale, go ahead and roll yours. 27. 24.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Yeah. As you all, or as Hale casts Paths Without a Trace and Vel casts whatever you are casting?
Armor of Agathis.
Okay, Armor of Agathis. You... Actually... all of you roll perception. Nice. Getting it out of the way early. Hale is continuing to be a badass.
Apparently.
Yay! I'm useful for once.
Hale, you
I
can...
think this is your ripping the door off the hinges.
Hale? Yeah, apparently this door is just a good luck charm for you guys. Except for Vel. Not so good for Vel. Hale, you can actually hear from where you are as you're casting Pass Without a Trace, and the three of you all kind of fall into silence after Veltari finishes her incantation. You hear the chains rattling off of the front door, and you can hear very quick footsteps leaving the house.
Can I tell how many?
You think it's probably just one person. It doesn't sound like a group of people.
Would I be able to tell them without, breaking the Pass Without Trace? Or
You can
would I be-
whisper in stealth.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna let them know that I hear that.
Can you turn into a cat and go see what's up?
Like a normal kitty, or just, yeah?
Something inconspicuous.
You do realize that if I go more than 30 feet, the Pass Without Trace won't apply to you guys anymore.
I'm pretty sure if you just turn into a cast, Pass Without Trace falls away. Unless cat form is not a concentration spell.
I don't know if it is or not. Anyways, I recommend we go ahead and stay together because it doesn't sound like that's a threat. It sounds like it's heading away.
I think we should do that then. Continue where we're going.
Yep.
Alright. So, Hale and Perrin, with Perrin leading, you both descend into the cellar. Vel, what do you want to do? Are you going with them, or are you going to go check?
I'm gonna go with them, but I have much internal struggle.
Okay. With much internal struggle, Vel takes up the rear. Perrin, this room is filled with casks, dead vegetation. This was obviously like a food and cold storage area. As you get to the bottom of the steps entering the cellar, you hear a very soft splash of water, which has probably formed from the snow melt. It's maybe like less than an inch deep, but you do make note of that as you enter. As the rest of you can, because you can kind of hear the splash as he gets in. You see that there is a staircase leading up a few yards in front of you. A few meters in front of you.
Okay. And the staircase going up is like, does it just kind of go up and turn and we can't see a door, or?
Well, it goes up and there's a closed door there. You can just see this. You can see the staircase, and then just where you would expect the floor to be, there is a closed door.
And then is there any like kind of light peering into the basement then from there? Or?
There would be if the door was open.
Okay. Do I have anything that's useful here? Okay. Is it possible to cast a spell within this cloud and it not disperse?
Depends on what you're casting. The spell will not disperse, but you might have to take another stealth check, depending on what it is. Because like if you're firing like gouts of flame or something, people will still be able to notice that.
I was thinking of just using thaumaturgy and just make the damn thing open. But then that creates a lot of sound, so I don't know if I want to do that.
I mean, if you shove it open, yes, it's just going to cause a lot of sound.
Well, thaumaturgy, one of the effects is you can instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
Yeah, no, that would cause a lot of sound, yes.
But would we have to reroll stealth?
No.
No.
So that's effectively they might hear that, but they
Could
wouldn't
we
know
catch
it's
it
you.
before?
No, it opens outward.
Well, my point is I wanted, if people are in here, I want to draw their attention while we're hiding.
Yeah, you would be able to do that. They would hear that and know that that happened, but they don't know where you are, necessarily.
I can kind of work with that. I guess I'll kind of like turn around to Vel and get her attention and point at the door at the top of the staircase and go, I'm going to force that open. Or tell her I'm going to force it open. Be ready for whatever comes. So just thumbs up. Okay.
She's being
Alright.
stealthy.
I'm ready.
So I'm actually gonna cast this twice. I'm gonna one cause the thing that just opened, and then two I'm gonna cause a small tremor with it.
Okay. Is it a cantrip?
Yes, this is a cantrip,
So
and I
it
can
slams,
cast it more than.
So it slams open and then it shakes. Got it.
Well, the whole kind of.
For the
I'm trying
record,
to
it
make the
goes
whole thing
together.
shake a little.
You can have
I know.
3 at the same time.
I'm aware, I'm
so
just trying
you
to
can have 'em
remember-
at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to clarify because I have to describe all this.
That's fair.
So,
So
yes,
specifically,
you...
trying to make the door open. I'm gonna have the building shake, but then not have the door shut.
Okay. So you, mutter under your breath, or you try and, as quietly as possible, mutter under your breath the incantation, and it takes but a few seconds, and the door just flies open and slams against the ground outside of it, and the entire basement around you begins to shake as though a very small earthquake has happened. And you can definitely hear some voices now that the door is open from upstairs. They're too muffled to make out, but you can tell that there's someone else that's in here. And now that the door has been flung open, some light is cascading in from the upstairs.
It's fun. Oh.
But yes, you can definitely hear some hurried footsteps from above you somewhere, but you can't quite make out what's going on this far below the house.
And what we know from the guard, this place is supposed to be abandoned?
Yeah, you believe that this house is supposed to be abandoned.
Okay. And that they were here to investigate it and haven't come back. So I think we have to assume for the worst. So, I guess if I see somebody, I'm going to use my guiding bolt and hit the first person I see
Okay.
if they approach the door.
Actually,
thing.
one thing before that. We can't make out what they're saying, but can we tell if one of the voices is Sarkesh or Johan?
It doesn't sound their pitch,
All
but
right.
it's very far away, so you're not entirely sure, but it doesn't really sound like either of them from your perspective.
Doesn't sound like them. Shoot away.
All right, you wait for a few seconds, and nothing happens. You wait for a half a minute, and nothing happens. You can very occasionally hear muffled conversation, but nobody seems to be coming to check on what's going on. A few seconds, you wait a few more seconds to see, and you can definitely hear movement from the stairs above you as some dust falls down from the top of the basement, and you can hear footsteps, but they actually seem to be leading away from the basement itself.
Okay.
Guess this is a common occurrence here.
I would like to stay in the basement for as long as possible to try to not give away our position.
Okay.
Question. Looks like for my spirit weapon, I don't have to have sight on something. It doesn't specify if I do or don't. I can put the spell card in chat if you want to see it real quick.
I already got it pulled up. I'm reading it.
Because it just says that it has to be within 5 feet of the weapon.
Yes. I would assume that you would have to know where you're sending the weapon.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you could, like, send it to the top of the stairs, but after that, you probably just end up sending it into a wall.
Okay. Worth a shot. If I was a couple levels higher, I'd have a more sentient guardian.
Mostly just because it's you're choosing to move where it goes, and it doesn't, act on its own.
Yeah, fair enough. Shitty part is, like, we don't have our leader. We don't have anyone, like, crazy that wants to, like, just burst out of the basement and go, ah!
It's good. So you all just kind of wait for a little while longer? As Hale is, like,
We can't
horrified,
wait too long.
horrifyingly just sitting in the basement staring at the only bit of light that's shining down. The rest of it is just pitch black around her.
So, if I turn into a cat, that would get rid of the pass without trace, right?
I'll double check. It's Druidcraft or wild. It's Wild Shape. That's what it is.
It's wild shape.
I'm looking it up. Why can't I find it? Oh, it must be defined under your class instead of the spells.
Probably.
So it probably doesn't then if it's defined in your class. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's not a concentration spell.
Would I still have to be within 30 feet of them for it to be...
Well, Pass Without Trace is a concentration spell, though.
Yeah, it is.
You'd have to be within 30 feet of them for them to get the effects, but you would still have it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose she's allowed to have more than one concentration?
Wild Shape is not a concentration spell. It will not break her concentration.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I just said that.
But I mean, if it doesn't do anything... I mean, if Pass Without Trace would essentially follow me, it wouldn't...
It will.
Yeah, it wouldn't do any point for me to turn into a cat anyways. It would just...
It
yeah.
follows you, and so you keep your stealth. And then when it
But
leaves
everybody
them,
else would.
their stealth plummets by 10. So it's up to you.
Okay. But if they're moving, it won't matter about their stealth. Or, I mean, if they're staying still, it won't matter about their stealth, right?
Not unless someone comes down.
Unless someone
Okay.
attempts
Unless they-
to look for them. Because
They
there's
randomly
stealth.
just start throwing barrels around after you leave.
Well, that just immediately breaks stealth. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
If they immediately start throwing barrels around after I leave, I might come back just to stab the one that did it.
But yes, effectively, no matter what, if you left and someone walked downstairs and you were not nearby, their stealth is whatever their stealth was, minus 10. So when they roll to
Yeah.
find them, that's just the number they have to hit.
Okay.
It doesn't break
Um,
their stealth. Parent just goes down to his
If you're
sticks.
gonna do it, just do it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, essentially. I'm gonna.
'Cause, I mean, they didn't even react to an earthquake. Come on.
I know. I'm aware.
Tremor. And
I'm gonna
aftershock.
tell
Yeah.
Belle and Perrin, through whispers, of course, that I want to go upstairs to check it out, but I'm gonna need them to be very still and very quiet down here.
Okay. That I just kind of nod and kind of just move both my arms up to kind of be like I'm ready in case. Kind of.
Belle, I'll be back.
I'm gonna gesture at my pocket. Mice are less conspicuous.
I'm not gonna be a mouse.
Be a mouse.
God, with those tiny ass hit points, it'd be good.
Do what you want.
Though you could totally send Bobbert up there first. I can speak to him.
No, I
Yeah, that's what
lost
I
him
thought.
once already.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll be back. So I'm gonna leave
If you ever
them
leave.
and go to see what's upstairs.
Okay, you spend a few seconds, and your body shapes from that of a tree into that of a very brown and tree-like cat. And you begin to scurry up the steps. That'll bring you to this page. There we go. Joy. We can ignore these people since they're not here. And yes, you come up the steps and you enter the room and you find yourself in a kitchen. There is an iron stove and a hearth that have both been extinguished. That's dimly lit by the torches from the entryway to your right as you come up. There's also a door open on the far side of the room that appears to lead into some sort of like dining hall, as you can see a table.
The doors are open then, I assume?
The door directly above where your character is and on the left side of the room is open. The door on the right is not.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the door on the left side of the room
Okay.
to see what can be seen.
You make your way into the dining room. It has a very long table in it that has been set with, pewter cups and some plates for about, maybe 6 or so. There's 6 settings on the table. There's some fairly nice artwork that has been actually somewhat maintained in here. But for the most part, there doesn't seem to be very much of interest. You kind of like hop up onto the table to look around, get a different perspective, but you don't really see anything of any note. There's a door on the far northern side of the room that also opens into the entryway.
Okay, and just to be clear, sorry, I'm trying to figure something out.
Okay.
This door is open, but this one isn't?
Yes.
Or is it this one that's not?
The top one is the one that's open. The one on the right is not open.
Okay, I'm gonna go back the way that I came
Okay.
and peer through this door because I can tell that both those doors lead to the same room, and I'm gonna see if I can see anybody. And if not, I'm going to go back to the stairwell and meet the
One
others.
thing at a time.
Just saying.
You jump down from the dining room table and make your way back into the kitchen. Make a perception check. Okay. You make your way down towards the door, and as you turn and there is two pairs of boots right in front of you, and you look up and you see a man that's clad in some kind of like light leather armor with a dark red cloak thrown behind him. He has a dagger packed into his belt, and he stops abruptly as you come through the door, and he looks down and, oh, a cat? Where are you from? And he reaches down and, like, goes to pet your head.
Going to purr and act like a cat and brush up against him.
Okay. He pets you for a few seconds and then walks over and kind of like looks down into the basement. And then he grabs the basement door and then closes it. And then turns and walks back out the room and heads back up one of the staircases.
Did we get a good view of this guy when he did that, or no?
No. You just saw the door close, essentially. It's not like he poked his head down into the basement, he just looked down.
So I'm alone again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to look, through the door that I was initially gonna look through.
Okay.
And see what I can see.
You look into the door and you see the entryway. Flanking you on either side are great busts dedicated to the gods, and some pots filled with dead plants. It's been quite decayed. There seems to be a lot of dust floating through the air. To your left, immediately, there is a broken piano that just kind of sits disheveled. And you also take note that there are a few very deep red crimson stains that stretch, going in two different directions. Two very distinct strains kind of converge going towards the front door, and one strain seems to be heading up the staircase immediately to your right.
Would I be able to tell what they are?
They are red stains.
Okay, would I be able to tell what they came from?
They
Something
Like
that
if it's
probably
paint or
they
something
probably
else?
came from a thing that died.
Okay. But there's nobody nearby, essentially,
No.
that I can tell. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the basement door
Okay.
and wild shape out of a cat back to my normal form and
You turn
open
into
up
a
the
tree.
door.
And pull
Yeah,
the door
turn into a
open.
tree, open up the door, close it quietly behind me, go back downstairs to where Perrin and Veltari are, and tell them essentially what I saw.
Okay.
And that there's at least one person.
And there was blood.
Yeah, I assume so. It would either be safer to get out of here and go find some guards to help us take care of this, given the sight of blood, or I only saw one person, but I'm not sure. I mean, from the voices we've heard and everything, I'm going to assume there's more than one person in this house. So I'm going to recommend we stay cautious.
So we're here. What goes there? Guess I'll turn to Veltari. What are your thoughts?
there's blood, and there are people we don't know that are moving around freely, I would think that that means something happened to them.
Probably. But keep in mind, it takes a lot to take Sarkesh down. And a lot to take Johan down. He's usually a pretty good fighter. We might want to go back and try and get some help. Play it smart.
Then you go back and get help, but I'm not gonna leave them here.
I think if she's gonna stay, I'm gonna have to stay with her.
Given that the two of them couldn't handle however many people are here, at the very least, I'm going to stay with you two to help as well, because the three of us can't take the hits that they could. At least with me around, we can be a little more quiet and, I don't know, I can help some way.
Okay. Well, I guess before we push out, can I hear anybody above us?
Roll perception. There seems to be at least one person, probably on the second floor. You can hear them moving around up there. It's the only thing that really makes any noise outside of the creaking of the house.
Okay. And I guess with that, I'll go. I think I only hear one, and he sounds like he's quite a ways up there.
How do we proceed then?
I could do my door trick again.
I could also make us really stealthy again.
It's still up.
Oh yeah, I came back. Duh. I figured it would have worn off or something with the dude petting the cat.
No.
Okay, cool. So you could do the door trick, which would open it. If somebody comes rushing, which I doubt somebody will, then
We can pick them off.
pick them off one by one. If we can play this smart and get them to come at us one by one, assuming there's multiple people in the house, we may stand a better chance.
Okay. I think that's how we do it then. Kill quick.
Right.
And with that, I'll just speak my words and thrust the door open again. Again,
And just
kind
be
of doing
clear-
the same thing from earlier, with another little quake afterward.
Just to be clear, because Brandon was confused, I did not go back into a cat after I shut the door behind me. I'm still a tree.
Mm-hmm. The door slams open again and the basement shakes, causing more dust and debris to fall from the ceiling above onto all of you, and you all have to kind of swat some of it off. And this time you can very clearly hear a small commotion happening above you.
So
Can we
this
hear
time
what
they
it is?
reacted to it. So I mean, they made more of a reaction to it than they did earlier, correct?
From your perspective, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I guess looking at the two, maybe they'll come to us afterwards?
I'd advise giving it a couple of minutes. Just in case.
A couple of seconds after this, and you can all hear being yelled down from the now open basement door. Alright, who's in there?
Can I see him shouting in the hole?
Are you gonna move into a position in which you could see him?
I can't see him from where I'm at.
No, he's not coming down. You cannot see him. He's obfuscated.
And this bubble lasts, or around us is about 30 feet, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
There's nowhere you could move within the basement that you would break it.
Okay. You
Well-
said there's pretty much just like barrels everywhere inside of this room, correct?
Yeah, there's a bunch of casks along the right wall, and on the other side is like storage cubbies and stuff filled with dead and rotting vegetation or nothing at all. Just dust.
Okay. Then I think I'll move to the cask closest to us along the wall.
Okay.
Can I see him yet?
You move up to the cask next to you, which you were standing next to already, and just hang out.
I can't see him.
No, you can't see him.
Okay.
Who's down there?
Suddenly not Irish. I guess with that, I don't know, because that's a vocal component. Darn. Okay, move another cask forward.
You still can't see him.
Really?
Well, how close to this are you trying to... Like, how close to the doorway do you want to be?
Enough
the
to be
more
able to
important bit.
see him,
So you're just going to keep moving forward until you see him.
pretty much.
Okay. You keep moving forward, and you keep moving forward, and you get to the edge of light, and you kind of are... You're still looking up. And from this, you can basically assume that he's not directly next to it. Like, he's at least a few feet back
Okay.
from the entryway to the cellar.
Okay. It's what kind of modifier if I want to try to attack something I can't see? It's -5, is it?
Is there a modifier for blind firing?
I believe so. There was one that you said for with the Wraith that we fought in one of the first couple of things we did. When we went to the temple where we were fighting Wraiths that we couldn't see and there ended up being 2 of them. I think you said there was a mechanic for that.
No, I believe it's just disadvantage unless you have a thing for it. Attack rolls against creature has disadvantage, yeah. So what do you want to do?
We wanted to be quiet.
All right. So after this very long pause, you can hear footsteps from the floor above you, slowly getting further and further away from you.
Okay. But they left the door open.
Yes.
All right. I guess with that, we'll give him another little quake. See what? Yeah.
I thought we were gonna, stealthily go up there and try to pick him off.
Alright, you give it a little quake, and you... Actually, it's probably... Yeah. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and roll perception.
I want to give me a second.
I just can't see shit today.
Parent, you can hear very slowly that this person is still, like, creeping back, and it's getting very faint. So you think that they're fairly far away now and trying to be stealthy.
Okay. I guess as quietly as I can, I'll go back to them and kind of relay that.
I'm going to quietly suggest that we go up there and pick him off before he gets buddies.
Alright.
Because as long as we stay within range of each other, within 30 feet, we've still got that stealth going. Until we initially break it. So, I mean, even if he sees you, he might not see me and Belle.
We don't want to cause a commotion, though. I have my daggers. Perrin, I don't think it's a good idea if you try to hit him. If I kill him, I can kill him quietly with my daggers. If Hale kills him with her sword, she can kill him quietly. Or at least
The
attempt
thing
to.
is getting close enough to him to do so.
I know. But it's that, or we send an elf with a giant hammer to go smash him. And the whole group
Yeah, I can
comes.
see the error in that.
Out of character. Boy, an orc you're alright with, but I mean, an elf. I mean, no, that's... That.
Okay,
Whoa,
but
whoa,
the thing is...
I'm alright with it.
When
There's a
we
difference.
send Crush, we're aiming to cause a scene.
Yeah!
I'm just making a judgment call, and my judgments are faster and more snappy.
Racists.
Pretty much. I agree.
I don't think...
So what are you guys doing?
Well, what are we doing? How are you wanting to kill him with your daggers? Are you... Don't... Please tell me you're not wanting to throw them.
You just try to sneak up on him and slit his throat so he doesn't make noise and call his buddies.
Okay. Then that's our goal. Get upstairs and she'll move one way, I'll move the other. We'll stay within 30 feet of each other. And we'll have Perrin do so as well, I guess.
Okay.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
Okay, well, since Lotari is the one that wants to do this, I'll go ahead and just, do guidance on her then? Sure, that seems like a good idea since we're trying to be quiet. That.
Yeah.
It's pretty much she just gets to roll a d4 and add it to ability check.
I would, but I've still got,
So you guys make your way upstairs.
Yep.
Quietly.
Okay. The two of you quietly make your way upstairs first. You look out and you see the entryway. It's completely devoid of anything. Vel, you see the red stains along the floor. Where do you guys wait to go?
do we want to go to the dining room or do we want to go to the entryway?
I'm gonna look to Perrin, because he's the one who heard the direction the dude was moving.
Perrin is still in the basement.
Yeah, Perrin's still in the basement.
Damn it.
He's not stealthy!
Not. I have disadvantage on stealth checks. It's horrible. It's my armor. It's clunky.
Damn it.
Can one of
Okay.
us do a perception check to see which way the guy went, if anything?
Go ahead and make a survival check, I guess, if you're trying to track him.
Okay.
Because it's not like you can hear something that's not making noise near you, so...
No, I know.
No, you can't tell. You look out, there's a flurry of footsteps into the dust, but you can't really pick out which one are this guy's. They're all humanoid. So he could be literally anywhere. It doesn't look like he's gone through the kitchen.
I'm gonna vote we go into the entryway.
That's probably the best bet as far as where people would normally go. But if he's creeping away,
Then
Try
if
and
you
keep
want to go into
quiet.
the kitchen, we need to go in the kitchen, but we need to make a decision and quickly.
we'll go to the entryway. Trust your judgment. You should.
Right?
I'll trust your judgment.
The two of you make your way into the entryway. There's a door at the far side, a couple doors to your right, one door to your left that you assume probably leads into the dining room, and two staircases by you.
I'm gonna vote that we don't go upstairs yet. Where are we going, Belle? Do you want to check out the dining room, or do you want to go into one of the other doors?
I think it's best to check the dining room to be safe.
Okay, so let's go check the dining room.
Alright, you go over to the dining room. There's no one in there. It's dining room. It's a couple place settings. Other previous descriptors.
All right, to one of the other doors. Which one do you think?
I'm gonna suggest that one first.
Okay, you walk up to that door and you open it, and there is a washroom directly in front of you. It seems like it's seen some slight use recently, and it's kept in fairly decent repair. There's a lot of dust on some of it. Like they don't use all of it, they just seem to basically use the basin towards the center of it. That's about it.
Okay, well, with there being nothing in that room, we're gonna check the other door.
You enter in, and you find yourself sitting in a fairly lowly stocked pantry, full of, well, it's not really full of anything except for dust and dilapidated wood. There are a couple of, like bags of apples and bread lying around that looks like it's probably gone stale. And, yeah. That's about it.
Alright, so there's nothing downstairs that we can tell.
As far as you know, you haven't seen anything.
I feel like we should go back to get Perrin and have him come with us, at least,
Mhm.
Because at least that way he's not still sitting in the basement. So we're gonna make our way back to the basement.
Okay, make your way back to the basement.
Inform Perrin of all of this. Tell him we wanted to come with us, to the first floor. And, at the very least, he can stay in the kitchen, if need be.
Okay.
I don't like the smile that's just lingering near your face, Richard.
This is all just so adorable watching.
Why?
Well, yeah, what the hell?
We're trying!
It's
We're
so
doing
cute.
our best.
You're doing a really good job.
You are.
Fuck you.
Has
I
anyone
feel-
paid especially close attention to the painting of a ship yet?
No, they haven't seen it yet.
Oh, just checking.
Oh,
Why
they
do we
haven't
need
even
to pay-
seen it yet.
Brittany's like,
Yeah, don't do that to me. You know how I am.
that was great. Alright, so
Yeah,
Oh,
guys,
Aaron.
no. I'm gonna pretend I
Aaron.
didn't hear that.
Perrin will
All right.
nod and come out of the
Not trying to like
basement.
help or anything.
okay. Yeah, you make your way up to the first floor. You don't hear anything. Everything seems to be in order. You can hear water. It seems to be trickling down, though it's very slow, only a couple of trickles every once in a while. The roof must be patchy.
It's fun.
You all sit and stare at each other lovingly. Longingly.
No, I'm filled with a lot of hate right now.
They're gonna sit and stand around and stare. I'm gonna go. Are any of the blood trails where I can see them?
Yeah,
Right
they're in the
now?
entryway. There's two that
Okay.
converge into one that leads out the front door. And then there's another one that heads up the staircase that's just to the right.
With or without them, I'm following it.
Okay?
I'm gonna follow her because pass without trace. Thanks for the forewarning.
Am I staying here or following? Because it sounded like you guys didn't want me to follow.
You can come with. I'm just saying,
can
don't
come with.
hit anything with that hammer. Yet.
Okay. Perrin will follow quietly behind them.
Alright, you guys make your way upstairs. To the left of you, as you reach the top of the staircase, there is a painting of a ship at sea. The sea seems to be tepid and almost as though it's grasping to pull the ship in. The painting itself has seen many winters, and it looks as though it's been melted and remelted again as the oils have come slick with water. There are two doors, one on either side of the landing.
So whichever way we're... Oh, we followed a blood trail up here. Which way does the blood trail go?
That
I
blood
should
trail.
keep following it, Bevan! Look at the painting!
Yeah. The blood trail is leading to the door on the left.
Okay. Oh, go look at the painting.
Gonna.
God damn it.
Alright, Vel walks forward a few feet and starts marveling at the painting, almost enraptured by it. It's very bizarre.
Bizarre. How?
Well, I mean, it's been melted and remelted, but it's still distinct enough for you to tell what it is, and it adds a kind of ominous ambience to the entire area.
Can I use detect magic on it?
You can.
I'm going to.
Alright. This is not a magical object.
Good.
I hate
Glad
you
we
so much,
established
Zach.
that.
Okay. So, Vel, now that you've gotten a look at the painting, should we still follow the blood trail, or should we go in the other door?
Well, we are specifically here to find Sarkesh and Johan. I think our best bet is to keep following the blood trail.
Okay, but also keep in mind we've been in this house for a while now, and we have not seen anybody except for the one man that I saw, and we heard a man and several others. We also need to keep in mind that both of those doors are closed, so whatever's behind them will notice us. This is where we need to be smart.
But we do have 3 people, and we aren't that far away from one another. Why don't you look in one door, and I'll look in the one that the blood trail's going to?
Pass without a trace doesn't fit that far.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh.
It's a pretty wide expanse.
So, one door it is. Which one?
I vote blood trail.
Perrin, what do you vote?
Blood trail?
To the blood trail.
Okay.
Such a ringing endorsement.
The 3 of you, all wander towards the blood trail and open the door, and it opens with a small and Vel, you kind of peer inside and you behold what appears to be a very lavish bedroom that has fallen into disrepair. There is a very large bed to the southern corner, or actually no, technically the south is that side, so to the eastern corner. It's a 4-post bed with what is now basically torn fabric all about it, though there seems to be a bedroll that was put on top of it. You open the door a bit forward, careful not to alert anything to your presence, and kind of peer the other way, and you see a very large duvet, some very large dressers, shattered mirror, and some other kind of odd paintings that have been melted as the ship was in the previous room. There are also some statues and a couple of pots with no plants left in them. There appears to be a door to the eastern edge of the bedroom, right above where the kitchen would be. The blood trail leads that way.
I'm gonna keep following it.
Gonna keep following her.
Wayne, follow the leader.
I'm gonna eat the brains.
The
Yeah, it
three
does
of
sound like a bad start to a horror movie, and I'm really worried.
The three of you make your way into the master bedroom, following the blood trail closely. You come across this next door, and Veltari, again, you begin pushing the door open slowly. It also opens with a very distinct creak, and you fear that you might alert someone, and you go extra slow and carefully to make as little noise as possible to try and get the drop on anyone who may be inside. This room, unlike the previous rooms, is completely unlit, and there's only a very small smattering of light that comes in through the doorway that you've opened. With your dark vision, you can see that there are more dressers in here, more shattered mirror with glass strewn about below them, and what appear to be 2 bodies at the far end of the room. The blood trail leads to them.
I'm going to, as quietly as I can, but as quickly as I can, hurry over to the bodies to see.
You rush in as the pale moonlight kind of comes down through the slits. Hale, you watch as Vel rushes forward and completely vanishes into the darkness before you. Vel, you come down and lay next to the bodies, and you turn one over, and it appears to be the unmoving form of your monk friend Johann.
Brookie, Roger, I hope you guys are ready for shit to hit the fucking fan.
Well, as Vel rushes off, to go see whatever, I'm going to frantically motion to Perrin that I can't see her, and whisper quietly to him to ask what he sees.
Well, I take it this is a dark room, so I can't see anything either, right? So,
Well, you have dark vision, so you can see essentially what Vel could see. Like, you can see the outline of 2 corpses, and you can see Vel crouched above them, and then you can also see, like, the shattered, what you think to be mirrors and the dressers. But you can't make out anything with much distinction.
yeah, so then I guess with her hand, I'll kind of just take her over to where she is.
While they're coming over, I'm checking for like any vital signs, any indication, anything.
Okay. You lay your hand upon Johann's neck, checking for a pulse, and you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And then you hear a small throb from the side of his neck. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and another one.
I am going to frantically gesture at Perrin to hurry up and get over here.
Okay.
And
And
then
what-
I'm gonna check on Sarkesh. I assume it's Sarkesh. You have only told me of Johann. The other body.
Yeah, you turn the other one over, and its face is covered in like matted dirt and cloth, but it is wearing the chainmail of that Sarkesh wears, and it's got his holy symbol, and it's fairly big. And you put your hand to its neck, and you wait and wait, and eventually you do feel a very weak pulse under your finger.
Okay.
Can't heal them.
Well, I guess with that,
To a thing.
go ahead and do spare the dying on Johann's corpse, as that's the first one that I'm aware of.
Okay. You lay your hands down upon it, and begin kind of chanting to your god. And you can feel its divine energy rushing through your arms, and as you hold your hand above his chest, you can feel the power seeping in to the body.
And nothing happens?
It doesn't wake people up or anything. Just stops them from taking death saving throws.
Yeah, even if it saved me, I'd still be knocked out for like 1d4 hours or something.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get up and like give you a kiss.
Yeah, just
While he's
stops death
doing
saving
that,
throws.
while he's tending to them, I'm going to turn and stand guard nearby. Not too far away, though.
Okay. You
Just get out of his way.
okay.
I guess I'll turn and try to do the same thing to the other corpse.
You lay your hands upon the other, also fairly large corpse. Feel the divine energy again as you pray to your god, Lane, to please spare this man from any death or anything that may befall him, to return him to his mortal coil. And you feel the energy rush through your arms and into his body.
Okay. I guess going back to Zach's body, or Johann's body.
Zach, I need to murder you and throw you in this mansion in this role-playing game I made.
Shh, don't worry about it, man.
I came prepared tonight.
We'll get famous.
Not really.
I guess with that, since apparently I have time, let's do a medicine check.
Okay, go for it. What were you trying to accomplish with the medicine check? They don't appear to have any diseases that you can tell from their symptoms of slow pulse.
It's something I've seen before.
No, well, I mean, it looks like someone who's just at the edge of death who has lost a massive amount of blood.
Okay.
Their pulse is just extremely slow and light, and their breathing is incredibly shallow enough to the point that you cannot, after looking at them, actually detect their breathing. if it wasn't for your placing your hand and just sitting for like 20 seconds to feel it very slightly rise and fall.
Okay.
Some cookies and apple juice.
I don't think that works for corpses. Only mice. Ready? Let's see, that's okay, I guess the next thing I can do, since that didn't help me, let's go ahead and try to see. I think Cure Wounds does more, right? Yeah, well, Cure Wounds Johann's corpse.
Okay.
And yeah.
Actually need to check.
11 weeks, Richard.
What?
What?
Oh. Sorry. What's your HP, Johann?
0 out of 27.
So it's 27 in totem.
Yeah.
In totem. Okay. I actually need to look up necrotic. Because I don't know if you heal other wounds, even if you have necrotic damage, or if you heal no wounds. And that matters.
No, it reduced my max HP by 16, but I can heal wounds. I just
Okay.
can't heal beyond.
16 until you take a long rest.
No, I can't heal beyond 11 because it
Oh.
did 16 necrotic damage, so that
Right.
takes off my match.
Yeah.
Max.
You can't heal beyond that. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So 11 is my current max
yes.
until the necrotic goes away.
You lay your hands down upon him, and you cast Cure Wounds, and you hear...
Good with that, cover his mouth.
So I'm at
Okay.
6
And
now.
go.
Yes, you're at 6.
And once he's kind of like stopped making noise, I'll just kind of go like this again and go over to.
Johann, you wake up, and in pitch blackness, you feel a hand clasp about your mouth.
I punch the source, or where I think the source is.
All right?
I was in a fucking fight. What do you think?
Roll it.
I know, but that's all I'm saying is that while this is going on, Belle's going to try at some point to be like, no, shh.
Johann,
And
roll
so
a
you
hit.
said roll the hit.
Yeah, with disadvantage, because you're attacking an invisible opponent effectively. So you flail about. Wow, with
Isn't he also on the ground?
being
Good.
prone doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, prone
It
doesn't
only
matter if I'm
affects.
attacking in melee.
Yeah, it only affects people attacking him.
Yeah, well, that's a 19, so that hits.
It's a 15.
No, it's a 15. I rolled with disadvantage.
Oh, I thought it took the gray one. Okay.
No.
It takes
Never mind, then I'm
the dark one.
good.
Okay, you fling your hand up, and it connects with the chain of Perrin's mail, which rattles slightly. Perrin, what would you like to do?
Unless someone tells me to stop, I
Yeah.
do have another attack.
Exactly.
No, I am telling you to stop at this point.
Yeah, at this point,
Quietly.
I'm still over there next to
No.
Perrin. Johann, stop! It's us.
You don't know what just happened.
Oh.
You literally just hear
Yeah, you're in the
chainmail
car.
rattling.
I'm saying
No,
it
because
though.
Perrin took my hand and led me through.
Yeah, you still can't
Yeah, but-
see them.
Yeah, you can't
You-
see anything,
I would've
period.
heard
Just like
it.
I
Yeah,
can.
you can
And Bill,
literally-
you're looking out. the
Okay,
door
Zach,
keeping watch.
shut up. GM explains. You were led over by the hand. All you hear is, and then you hear and chain rattling. That's all you know.
Got it. Okay. Sorry.
Good. I guess with that, I try to whisper in his ear.
Finally healed you, bitch.
11 weeks.
Johann, it's me. Shh.
Fuck. Perrin, when did you get here? Where am I? Why can't I see?
Explain later.
Shh. With that, I'll just kind of lead Vel over to him.
Well, Vel can see.
Yeah, Vel can see.
Yeah, I can see.
And I guess since we know they're not dead, my healing word is 1d4 each. Yeah, okay. We'd go over and do the same thing to Sarkesh, but this time making sure to have one hand over his mouth.
Well,
Okay.
that's just it. You can't see his face. And I'm going to
Well-
specifically tell you to take whatever that is off of his face and make sure it's him. It looks right.
Our
But we don't
DM's
know for
been
sure.
very, very vague.
Shh. What's a DM?
It's weird, right?
Anyway, it looks right. Shh. Get
Sweet.
that off his face. We gotta make sure it's him.
Okay, then I guess we do that. Take the thing off his face.
There's a lot of blood covering his face, but it does pretty much look like Sarkesh. He's a very ugly man.
Ouch.
Get
Not even
wrecked.
that's not even a personal thing. That is statistically, he is a fucking ugly person.
He's like 2 points beyond what would pass for human.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess with that, we cover his mouth and we go ahead and do healing word and get him up. Then we...
Okay, you go ahead and roll it. You begin kind of saying your, as quietly as you can, you begin saying your enchantment or your prayer, and you focus it on Sarkesh, and
While
nothing
he's-
happens.
While he's doing that, I'm going to make an attempt to hold Sarkesh, at least one
Actually,
of Sarkesh's arms.
Sarkesh, what's your total HP?
35.
That's what I thought. Yeah, nothing happens.
That's fun. Okay. I'm gonna roll medicine and check for pulse, because I haven't done that on him yet.
Okay, go for it. He's like Johan. He seems to have lost a massive amount of blood, but he does have a very, very faint pulse and shallow breathing.
Okay. I kinda don't want to keep wasting spell slots on that.
I agree. Fuck him.
Ouch.
Do I get an extra die if I do second or higher? 1d8 for every level put first. Yeah, and I don't think I can carry him. Damn it.
Who carried him out of the fire? I don't remember.
It was me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
The other 6.5-foot tall guy.
That's right.
This is gonna be a thing.
Alright,
If-
well,
If we work together, we might be able to do it.
I could be a pack horse, but I couldn't fight.
I think you'd be a little noisy too.
anyway,
Yeah, but I'd get him out.
cast Cure Wounds at level 2 slot. So it's for every level above the first, it's 1d8 plus it. So I'm just gonna roll 2d8 plus my spell casting, which is 3.
On who?
Thank- Sarkesh.
Okay, go for it.
2d8 plus 3. Yeah, that looks right.
Okay. You lay your hands upon him.
Oops. Ignore that one.
You deal 1 radiant damage to him, apparently. And as you... This isn't actually even a prayer, I don't think. But you lay your hands upon him and you feel the healing energies. You focus all of the healing energies of your body onto him. And you stand there atop him. And nothing changes about him.
Jesus Christ.
Oop.
Heal you for 21 and nothing happens?
Sarkesh.
No, I meant who's Jesus.
He's Jesus Christos.
Who?
Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. It's
scary.
laying on the
Where are
weekends. I guess going back to Johann, what happened? Where are we?
We're in the place you came! It doesn't matter. This isn't the place to talk about it.
Why are we whispering?
Because the people are still here.
You didn't fucking kill him.
We only saw one. And I was a cat.
Apparently you didn't either.
We need to get Sarkesh and we need to get out of here.
I feel like there's some lawbreakers that I really need to hit.
You can deal with it later.
We can get the guards. They can take care of the lawbreakers.
And you'll at least have backup this time. This was stupid. What were you thinking? Don't answer that. Not the place.
I didn't say there were fucking necromancers here.
We need to get out.
Can everyone, except for Sarkesh, who is still very unconscious, go ahead and roll perception for me?
Do I have to roll that at disadvantage, or is it hearing?
It's hearing.
Okay.
I'm derping all across my sheet.
Well, I was doing good until the really dark room.
So, Richard, it was definitely that door. Definitely the door.
I don't
Definitely
know,
the
I
door.
did fine without the door.
Door OP. Johan, you can hear the front door. Like, you can hear the sound of footsteps at where the front door would be.
Getting closer or further?
They're just there. You haven't heard them, so probably getting closer, but you're not sure.
Someone's here.
How big is the bed? Can we hide under it? They can keep pretending to be dead. We can hide under the bed if they come up here.
Hopefully they're not cannibals.
Shut up!
Why would that matter to you? You're a tree.
Well, we came all this way to rescue them.
What does that mean?
I mean, hopefully
I don't
if
care what you
you're
mean,
like,
Hale. Anyways. We need to get Sarkesh out of here. Let's go. Alright.
I would like to roll perception to understand that.
You won't be able to.
Yeah. While they're doing that, I am going to begin dragging Sarkesh towards the light. Because there's a little bit in the master bedroom, right? It wasn't until we got into this room that I couldn't see
Mhm.
anything. Yeah, so I'm going to start dragging him towards the light so I can fucking see.
Okay. You drag him over and you like lay him essentially up all against the bed. And you can see there's like, you know, a very deep black gash across his neck that doesn't appear to be bleeding, but it's got just black veins jutting up and down into his body. There's blood all over his head. It seems that, you know, he's got like a fairly sizable mark across his eye. He's got some serious bruising on his arms and probably more under his armor.
Alright, since I still can't see into the room, I'm gonna try and gesture to the two who can see.
Okay, with that, I'll grab Halatia's arm very gently and walk towards them.
You can now all hear the sound of multiple people coming up the staircase. They sound... Actually, anyone who wants to go ahead and roll perception to see how much of what you hear can be useful to you. See, I told you could, Perrin.
I believe the GM is rigging the dice. He called it, and it happened.
Hale, you can hear that these people, they sound as from all the time you spent with Sarkesh, you kind of know what he sounds like when he's walking around, the weight of his armor and all that. So you could probably pick him out just by sound alone at this point. They sound very similar to that.
Hey guys. Sounds like they're all really big.
There's no other way out of here. We fight through them, or we die trying.
Go out a window. Is there a window?
There's a bunch of windows. All the
We
kind of white
Break a window
areas are
and try to
windows.
scale down.
I could break a window and just jump down. Like you guys. Monk powers.
God, I love
You've
Zach's
You've already
their
broke
face.
yourself. Don't do it again.
I won't.
And I might could as a cat.
God damn it!
Oh, that's so great.
Why?
As long as Sarkesh is dead, can you put up his actual picture?
No,
Oh.
no, this one. Ah.
Having a little too much fun with this.
I think we all need a moment to adjust.
No, I'm
Anyway,
good.
if we use rope, we could break a window, we could lower Sarkesh, and try to scale down.
It's assuming we could all get out before they get up here.
Oh,
Oh my fucking god. I run over to the doorway to see the people coming up the stairs.
Okay.
Oh my god, no!
So, Johan begins moving towards the doorway. Does anyone want to interrupt that?
yeah, I'd
I'm
like to
going
trip him.
At least attempt to follow him.
Perrin, Vel, Johan. Everyone roll initiative. Oh my god, that'd be so great if he tried to put Sarkesh out the window. Just
God damn
snaps
it,
though. He's
a 19.
fucking dead. So, though Vel and Perrin, you both attempt to get in.
My dex is so good.
Though you both attempt to get in the way, Johan, you rush over and, well, the door's already open. You don't, touch the door. You just
They didn't close
look
the door.
out, and you see Deadwood city guards coming up the stairs, and they're opening the door opposite, and as soon as they see you, they turn and yell, "Halt!"
In
And
here, we have
that-
a man down.
Okay, you say that, and that's where we're going to end the session tonight.
Oh, thank fuck. I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Actually, I feel like I should leave you guys with a little more information for next week. You hear one of the guards in the rooms across from you yell, "We found the kids. They're all dead." That's where we're going to end